See what I mean? You get what I'm saying? See what I'm putting down?
I get it. This is why I don't stream.
I know, but I do, and I like it, sort of, sometimes.
Audio balance is a lie.
Yeah, exactly. Why I don't normally stream with more than one person, because then I only have to worry about their volume. Okay, but now we can start. I'm honestly super excited about this because like I said, I made the race myself, barring like a couple small changes from another homebrew race. It is pretty much all mine. The setting, as everyone already knows, is Azeroth, but not as we know it. So don't worry if you're not a WoW lore buff, because it's all gonna get changed. But
make our own WoW lore.
Make our own WoW lore. Well, I'll just go ahead and quickly introduce everyone then, since the stream is now started, and obviously this is going to go on YouTube as well. So we've got John, who's been on my streams before. We've got J-Shay, who you might know from the podcast that I briefly did about WoW lore, and then I started to hate WoW lore, so I stopped doing the podcast. Alzarath, again,
fair enough.
Done stuff with him before. Von Raptor, also done stuff before. There you go, that's everyone. Do you guys want to give a brief rundown of your Murlocs before we dive into plot?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first then.
Go for it.
My Murloc is Giblig. He is an idiot, and he has a sword and a spear and shield, and that's pretty much him.
Fantastic. Jay?
My Murloc is named Wormgul. Very scared of everything, but has somehow learned to steal things as long as not being seen.
Fantastic. Von?
My Murloc is Murglon, and Murglon is more interested in looking after kelp.
The name just really got me immediately. What? Sorry, say Murglop.
Murglon.
Murglon. Ah, okay.
With an N.
With an N. I heard Murglop.
No.
Okay, and Al?
My Murloc is Bjerger. It's a small purple Murloc, kind of gaunt looking, with catfish yellow whiskers and purple skin.
Fantastic. And just to go over the basics then, again for chat, that it is a homebrew race, but it's not just normal Murlocs. There's obviously two sub-races. And Alzarath has already hinted at it. His sub-race is the Deep Sea Murlocs, which you've seen in WoW. Obviously, we'll show their abilities throughout the campaign. Then there's the common Azerothian Murloc, which just felt so David Attenborough to me while I was writing it. And then finally, there's the Fel-infested Murlocs. Do we have any Fel-infested Murlocs in the team?
I don't think so.
All right. So, sorry, Von, was that a yes or a...
No, that was the sound of crickets.
Ah, okay. So, yeah, that means we've got 3 common Azerothian Murlocs and 1 Deep Sea Murloc, which is absolutely fine.
Yay, I'm fishy.
I'm also a Deep Sea Murloc.
Oh, there you go then. We have 2 Deep Sea Murlocs and 2 common Azerothian Murlocs. Fantastic. So obviously you guys all know the base plot, but I'm just going to go over that again. Murlocs across Azeroth have come together on a small island located off the far east of Kalimdor, where they have been summoned by Globdan, the Murloc seer, who says he's got a powerful artifact that he's going to use to change Murlocian history. The small island is only populated by Murlocs, so it's named by Murlocs, and it's called Gurbelberg. So if anyone wants to write that down, that's GRRBL''BRRGH. Gurbelberg. Gurbelberg. Yep. It is a unique island in the sense that it's bordered by beaches, but then as you go inland, it actually spirals downwards. like an inversed conch kind of shape. And it is already, as each of your clans or tribes arrives, covered in Murlocs. If you've ever seen those documentaries where it's those small islands of birds during mating season, and it's just, you don't see the ground, you just see feathers. Well, in this case, you see slime and scales just everywhere. And each one of you is making a way down towards this sort of staging area in order to hear the mighty Glubdan and his useful words. Now, I've only tested this myself, so if this doesn't work, I do apologize. But if it doesn't work, you guys won't even fucking notice, so it's fine. So you're all waiting at this staging area, and eventually Glubdan emerges. He is a normal-sized Murloc, but he's clearly corrupted in some way. You can't tell if he's like the Felfin Murlocs that are usually shunned in Murloc society, however much of that there actually is. Because he's wearing his own little purple cloak and walks around with his own little staff. He takes to this stage, essentially, and just begins a speech.
I am Glubdan. I have spent many time looking for best Murloc magic. Murloc must grow. Murloc must learn. Murloc must conquerize. You may think me mad, Murloc, but me has this.
And Glubdan will reveal a large eyeball that shouldn't physically have been able to fit under his cloak, but somehow he managed it. He takes the eye out and holds it above, and it is about the same size as a Murloc, roughly.
Eye of big bronze dragon Nosdormu. With this eye, we change time. We change Azeroth. We change Murloc history.
And then just all of the Murlocs around you erupts into excited cheering and whooping and hollering. Sorry, I needed to adjust the volume of Rhythm Box. It's really loud still. I mean, the WoW soundtrack is great.
Notorious for being loud.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to understand you when you're using the voice filter. It cuts out a little bit and it makes you quieter.
It's like when you got a phone and dodgy signal.
Right, cool. I'll keep that in mind. I'll try and fix it for next session. But I wasn't going to use it any more than that. But basically, all that Glubdan has explained is that he has the eye of the bronze dragon Nosdormu. Now, again, if you're a WoW lore nerd, you'll know that Nosdormu is the leader of the bronze dragons, and the bronze dragons are the caretakers of the time stream. Now, it's not used a lot in WoW anymore because it's stupid, but it's a fun opportunity to do some Murlocs in time nonsense. Okay? So, Glubdan then places the eye on a plinth, and it will start to just gently float. Just a little bit off the plinth. And Glubdan will start performing his ritual where he's mixing elemental magic of the ocean with a mysterious green fiery magic. And the world will grow quiet as he does this, and the sky will blacken, and the ocean will roar. Lightning starts striking around the island, and eventually, as this storm seems like it couldn't get any worse, Glubdan will fire this magical energy into the eye, and there will just be this mass explosion. And before you're engulfed in it, as a Murloc, you're assuming you're probably dead at this point. But instead of just seeing the greyed, faded world of the Shadowlands, or wherever Murlocs go when they die, you actually start to see your own lives, your own little Murloc-y lives played out in front of you, but there's different details and new locations, wars won and lost that you don't remember taking part of, thousands of Murlocs fighting each other on a strange, dying world. And then a vast stone gateway will loom into view, 2 snakes flanking the arch, and at the front, Glubdan. And when you guys pop back into the world, as it were, once your lives have started since replaying in front of you, you'll notice that each one of you is, again, in your own little war camps, as if you never went to the island. And you'll look around, and again, Murlocs are gathered, but you're in this strange canyon of sorts of red rock. The world around you, as I said, is decaying and dying, and one of the chieftain's right hands will come to each one of you from your different clans and say,
Glubdan wishes to see you. He has a mission for you.
And each one of you, as I said, will have been summoned to meet Glubdan. So, as you walk through this war camp, let's go through and get some descriptions of each Murloc, and also just how you're reacting to this situation that you now find yourself in. So let's start with Von Raptor. So again, give us a little description of your Murloc and what's going on right now for him.
Murglon is a deep sea Murloc, a fairly short, squatted figure of a sort of deep green colouring, and broadly speaking, he fails to see what any of this has to do with maintaining kelp forests, and therefore does not care.
That's fair. Murglon, as a deep sea Murloc, you will notice since this explosion, and the further and further away you get from it, the harder it is to recall that what just happened. But you'll also notice that you're smarter, and your knowledge of... What's your class?
Druid.
Druid, yes. Your knowledge of all things natural and magical have expanded. Instead of simply being a tide seer deep under the ocean, you suddenly feel this deeper connection to the earth and nature, and realize that you may have gained new abilities from this thing that just happened, that again is just getting that little bit harder to recall. Okay, John, give us a description of your Murloc and how he's feeling about these strange new abilities that he has been given and this intelligence that he's been gifted with.
Giblig is on the taller side for Murlocs, but his back spines are slightly shorter than usual. He is uncomfortable thinking about what just happened, so instead he is staring at his hands and admiring how good they are. Okay. He has very good hands, and they can do very nice things, and he is very proud of them.
Very good, very good. And Jay?
My Murloc is sort of like an aqua blue color, with the spines or fins slightly more greenish. She's very small. At least, well, all Murlocs are small, but you know what I mean.
So she's small for a Murloc?
Yes.
Okay.
She doesn't look very menacing. She doesn't look like somebody who would be in combat, except for the fact that all Murlocs have to learn combat.
Mm-hmm.
But she is very confused why she's being summoned by Glubdan. She has no idea why she would be picked over other people.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trembling a little bit as she walks towards her
Aw.
summons. She thinks she might be killed.
I already feel bad. I'm like, oh no, I should just let her go live her Murloc life. Okay, and Alzarath.
Bjerger is a bit confused, but thinking it has something to do with the shamans. But he's more concerned about where the young ones are. He's a purple, skinny, kind of old Murloc. A little bit on the older end of things. Average in size. And is just wandering around reporting as he was told.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So obviously, as you guys may have guessed, Murloc history has been changed quite significantly. If you're a lore nerd, you already know what's happening. If you're not, then just let it happen and enjoy the ride. But as you live longer in this timeline, memories of your past are going to become more prevalent and more clear in your mind. So this will be things like what this strange planet is that you're on that is definitely not Azeroth. What this strange portal means for all these gathered Murlocs. Why these Murlocs were at war and why the planet is dying. All these little details will eventually be revealed to you, but there are ways that you can speed up the process as essentially your Murloc bodies become more in tune and entwined with the actual timeline itself. Okay, so you four get summoned up to this massive archway where Glubdan is simply staring at the architecture that has been made by hundreds of slaves, if not thousands of slaves, to create this big stone monolith, which to you, as just a regular old fighting Murloc or kelp farmer, is just a big old archway. It doesn't seem particularly important. But Glubdan turns to you with huge glowing green eyes.
Ah, my mission troop is here. Tell me, do you feel the magic in the air, the power that stands before you?
He asks the group.
Giblig is cold. It feels cold.
Sorry, was that verbal in character or was that just a description?
That was description.
Okay, I like the idea that he just said that out loud.
And Bjerger's just looking around confused.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jay, you were going to say something?
Wormgul, yeah, she's like, maybe I don't know what magic feels like.
Okay. And, Von, anything from... Sorry, I've forgotten again.
Murglon.
Murglon. Is there anything from Murglon?
There is not. Only
Oh.
disappointment at the lack of kelp.
At the lack of kelp. Fantastic. So Glubdan gestures to the stone archway and said, this is going to wreck my voice. I'm really glad I've got a water cooler next to me because it already hurts.
Through this archway, we will journey to a new land, a new world ripe for conquering, ripe for Murloc dominance, ripe for the tide. You will be my scouts into this new world. You will find what is secret in this land, known as the Black Morass. There, you must find threats and eliminate them, and get ready for the coming tide. Do we have an accord?
Yes. I
If
feel
it's
like
what
that's
the
the
deep mother wants.
I feel like
that I can do. I can do that.
Fantastic. Sorry, what were you going to say, John?
I feel like that's the answer he was looking for, and Giblig is a people pleaser.
It's just the chronic people pleaser of the group, and is still a Murloc. Yes, the Deep Mother has willed us to this world. This is the world of the Deep Mother. We will find her there. We will find her power. We will use it to make this world our own. And he just kind of swishes his hand in the air a little as this familiar green fire appears along it, and he will just point it at the archway, and it will spread to every facet of the stone until this starry void lurks between these stones. And Globdan will just gesture gently to the portal. Off you go now, my servants.
Giblet may not know much, but he doesn't like the look of the portal. So I get my spear and shield up first before going through it.
Murglon is not stupid. Murglon does not go first, but does not go last.
Okay.
I just have a question about
Fire away.
Were we as Murlocs aware of who Glubdan was before this meeting, or is he just some random guy that showed up? Was he famous?
On Azeroth, he was a reasonably well-known Murloc seer. Obviously, Murlocs don't have a massive amount of culture or society on Azeroth, so a lot of it is just kind of Globdan came along, said he was powerful, and all the other Murlocs went, "Oh wow, cool! I wish I was powerful." And then told all the other Murlocs, I met this really powerful Murloc the other day. It's called Globdan. And then those Murlocs said, I met this guy who met this really powerful and it just went on like that. So, where you were in the chain of that is completely up to you. But at some point, you heard about a really powerful Murloc named Globdan, and then later on, you heard about a really powerful Murloc named Globdan who wants to change Murloc history. And since most Murlocs don't know what history is, they were just like, all right, cool, that sounds interesting. And headed off to the Isle of Gerbelberg. And obviously, those kind of memories are just becoming that little bit less clear every sort of second after the fact that it's happened.
Okay, so we're not completely like, who the hell is this guy? But we don't know exactly who he is either. We just like hear his name and we're like, oh, and there's something about that guy. I've heard of him before.
Yeah.
Basically.
Pretty much, yeah. The one thing you're fairly certain of is he's powerful, and he's a Murloc.
Okay. I think Wormgirl's actually gonna go first because she wants to get out of here.
She's just gonna yeet herself into the portal.
And I mean, her job previously was being a scout, so this isn't too unfamiliar for her. It's just bigger and more magical.
Okay, and Bjerge? Where does he go?
I'll
in
go
this
through.
lineup?
I'll go through last.
Okay, fantastic. So, your little webbed feet carry you through into this seemingly endless void that, as you put your hand in, or a flipper, or whatever you want to call your Murloc hands, it simply disappears. And then you feel a tug on your arm, and then just a kind of noise as you get sucked through into the portal and falling through this magical ether, twisting and turning, and you can't tell if you're falling up or down or to the side. And then eventually the ground just rises to meet you as you are forced out the other end of one of these portals and hit face first into swampy mud. And if any of you looked behind you to where the portal presumably would be, you watch it just shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink till eventually, boop, the portal is gone, and where it was is just this vast rectangle of dead grass.
I guess I get up first.
Okay. What does Giblin do?
Giblig isn't quite sure what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
but Giblig does what he's told, and he tries to find a path of some description.
Okay. So I just need to open something really quickly. That is very
Yerger would probably be looking around to see if he saw anything moving nearby.
okay.
'Cause he's slightly paranoid.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't we all be in this situation, even if we were simple Murlocs? Yeah, so what you get, Bjerger, is... Well, actually, give me an nature check. Fantastic.
Start.
So, is a swamp. You're in a swamp. And that's about it. There's all kinds of things moving around off in the distance. Is a swamp. That's what you got from that nature check.
Okay.
Narrows it down, means there's trees.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're surrounded by thick, dense foliage. There's very little, like, firm terrain. There's multiple different rivers you can see, and those little, like, small islands that you see in swamps that are where, like, the largest trees are, because obviously they need, like, quite hefty ground to, well, stay there. God damn it. There we go. And yeah, that you find yourself in a extremely dense swamp. There is a thick mist in the atmosphere, and you have absolutely no idea where you are beyond swamp.
Can I sniff the air to see if I can... I don't know if Murlocs have a good sense of smell.
What are you well, it depends on what you're trying to find.
Food.
Food, right? Okay, so that'd be a survival check.
Okay, hopefully... Oh, yeah. Do I just click? Whoops.
It should work if you just click it, but you might need to change what setting your sheet is set to, because it might think you're trying to edit things instead.
Okay,
Yeah, you can just open up the character sheet and not, like, select edit, and once you've opened it up, you can then do with it as you please, basically.
While that's happening, Wormgirl's gonna kind of like jump out of the mud as best she can, and just kind of like look back and forth, really confused, and then say, "How are we supposed to report our findings if the door is gone?"
With great difficulty.
Oh, also, it looks like you still have advantage turned on in your sheet.
okay, I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
Okay.
Advantage
so...
is when the dice will roll twice, and you take the higher one. So in this case, it's the first one is also the higher one anyway, which is good.
Okay,
So
I turned it
if
off.
you go to like the cogwheel on your sheet in the top right corner,
Yep.
and in the rightmost box, the second thing should say roll queries, and click it to advantage toggle. And then while you're there, your auto damage roll might also be messed up. Make sure it says auto roll damage and crit. That's 2 lines down. That's just mine had some settings issues, so I assume everyone
worries.
did.
Thanks for.
I've only ever used this specific sheet once before. I remember it. It's good, but it's so finicky to set up sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the other campaign I'm in is using this sheet, so.
Okay, so Gibbling, not Gibbling, sorry. These are Murloc names. They're gonna be hard to remember. Jay, what was your name?
Wormgull.
Wormgull. There we go. Okay, so Wormgull's just asked a question. Murlgon. Murglon has responded. Do either Alzrath or John, do either of you respond?
No, I'm still sniffing.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't respond to it. I'd probably be looking kind of towards that river you mentioned.
Well, there's multiple intersecting rivers, so it's not just one river, but I get that, yeah. So with the 22 survival, you can definitely smell the typical things you might have hunted on Azeroth. You can smell that there's definitely fish in those rivers. There's crocolisk's that you can find, but then there's this bombardment of other smells that just seem so unfamiliar to you that it's hard to tell if they're creatures in the same typical sense that you've interacted with back on Azeroth, but there's definitely a good smell, a good amount of like eatable things out in this swamp.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, cool. So you guys have been given a task by your Tide Chief, Glubdan, and you've been plonked into this wee little swamp. Who's gonna take the lead? What are you guys gonna do?
Are there any small rocks I could pick up by any chance?
Yeah, there's rocks all around the ground.
Okay.
Most of them are very slimy.
I'm fine with that.
I assumed. Murlocs produce their own slime, so.
Are there any signs of maybe a camp of something living, something sentient?
Give me either a survival or investigation check.
My survival is better.
Wow, okay. So please describe to the group how this mythical survival investigation goes down for Wormgull.
I think she's looking for maybe footprints, maybe like tree branches that have been disturbed, like places that it looks like people have been gathering things, just like signs of people living in the area.
Okay. So she essentially plonks her head on the ground and just gives it a big old sniff. And what you find from this investigation or survival check is that this area is not particularly lived in, but it is hunted in. That you can tell by the sheer amount of tiny bits of evidence that hunting has happened. Like, you know, you can just about spot like broken arrow shafts or footprints that are just about dying away and getting consumed by the swamp, and then carcasses, all of that. You can tell that there are more sentient beings living in this swamp, not just animals. That there's definitely going to be some kind of settlement northward. What that settlement contains is up for discussion. What you can tell by the general tools that are used and the footprints, that it's most likely going to be humans.
Okay, so we do recognize the footprints.
Yeah, you recognize them. Oh, just enough that you think these are probably humies.
I think she's gonna point north and then say, people deal food, see what they're doing. Report. That's what she says, exactly.
Okay, and how does the group respond?
Good plan.
Okay, lead way.
We go quietly.
Okay, so does that mean? Sorry, does John? Do you want to say anything?
Nah. It needs no input from Giblig.
Ah, okay. Ghibli just likes being told what to do. I also realized that in my notes, I used the word assess, but spelt it wrong, so it just says asses. So anyway, it's just an amusing part.
Gad donkeys as far as the eye can see.
I do have one question though. Is it daytime or is it kind of like evening-ish?
It's evening-ish.
Okay.
It is hard to tell. With obviously most of the sky being blocked out by this dense foliage. But if you go back to the big rectangle of dead grass and just look up, which is probably the only place you're going to be able to see the sky in this place, yeah, the sun has mostly set. It is going to be full-on dark soon, but that's not that much of a hindrance to you guys because you all have different levels of dark vision. In fact...
Those are giant beacons.
yeah, two of you also have lights on your head, so that comes in quite handy. Okay, so does Björge share this with the group in any way, or?
No, I just am looking and taking things in.
Okay, cool. That's absolutely
Enjoying
fine.
the scenery.
Enjoying the scenery. So I just want to double check. Yeah. So you guys can, John and Wormgirl, you guys can see 60 feet in dim light as if it was bright light, and in darkness as if it was dim light. So you guys have got 60 feet of vision even if it becomes nighttime. And then our two deep sea Murloc, you have your bioluminescent lure that acts as a light source, providing 10 feet of vision in total darkness. And you also have the same level of vision as your Azerothian Murloc companions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you said you guys start heading north, yeah?
Yes. But
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I stay kind of near the back of the group.
Alright. And are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you just splashing through the swamp?
I'm trying to be stealthy, at least.
Okay. Murglon, you said you wanted to go quietly. Are you trying to be stealthy as well?
Yes.
Alright, okay. So can everyone give me a stealth roll, please?
They're looking good so far.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so let me pull something up. While you guys are traipsing through the swamp pretty stealthily, you guys see one of these little guys.
They don't look little.
Well, you guys are small, so everything else is... Anything that's normal size is...
That still doesn't look little. Murloc size is normal size.
Murloc size is normal size. I loved that. That was brilliant.
Yeah, wait, are we small or medium creatures?
Small.
Small. I should have opened this before I bloody started the campaign. But, you know, I've never been one for doing anything sensibly. Okay, so...
Scary shark boy.
Mm-hmm. So to describe these creatures, they are small shark-like creatures. The ones that you can see have 4 legs, and obviously this very prominent, like, horned crest on the top of their heads. As you're watching them interact with the area around them, what they seem to spend most of their time doing is burrowed underground, and then when anything larger than the average fish comes by, they just hop out and munch it with this massively distending jaw, and then dive into the water, and from there you kind of lose track of them. They don't seem to be that many. They don't seem to travel in large packs or anything like that, but depending on further rolls will dictate how many there are. If you guys choose to engage, keep in mind obviously that your mission is to assess threats while out here, so you can ignore it, or you can fight them and then start the first fight of the campaign, basically.
We are pretty stealthy right now, but we also are larger than the average fish.
Mm-hmm.
We should know how they fight,
Okay.
so we should find out how they fight.
MrGablin has given his vote. Everyone else?
Giblig is bored and would like entertainment.
I prefer no fighting. I prefer watching.
Okay.
Bjerger is hesitant because that's not what the Deep Mother wanted. She wanted recon.
Okay. So you guys have fantastically gone 2 for 2. So what I'm going to request is a stealth roll from both Bjerger and Wormgull, and then we'll go from there. Right, okay, so 10 and a 12.
And my modifier is 7, and I only got a 12.
My dice luck must be rolling off on you.
So what we're gonna do, and then boop. So I don't normally work with massive amounts of maps and stuff. I'll probably get more as the campaign goes on, but for now. Alright, so I'm gonna move you guys. You can each just pick which token you want to be yours. I'm going to get some actual Murloc ones for the next session. Because obviously this session was slightly short notice because I'm very over-eager. So, I'll grant you control once you've picked them. I just need to sort out these meansters.
Is there a way that we pick them, or?
You can just kind of say which one you want.
Bagsy Thor.
I like the one on the left, the little one.
Okie dokie.
Guess I'll
Giblig
take
is a...
the...
I'm just going to remember how Roll20 works and make my own. This way, you don't have to do anything because I'm immediately in control of this.
Giblig, there you go. Giblig, what's your health, max?
Why am I just don't have this on the second screen? What the shit? 12.
12. Okay. Boop. There you go. There's your bard done. Oh, I turned you into Stabby Boy, not Thor. Excuse me.
For shame.
For shame. And Wormgull, what's your health max?
8.
8. Fantastic. I love level 1s at 5th edition, because didn't you started with at least over like you had a minimum of maximum 10 health in 4th edition, right? That's not me being crazy.
12. I think it was 12.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Because I remember starting 5th edition and being like, why is my health like 7?
Yeah, but also the damage numbers have also been scaled between
Yeah.
editions, so... You are more fragile in 5th edition than you were in 4th edition, but 4th edition was an odd duck as far as D&D goes.
Yeah. I liked 4th, it was fun. But 5th is definitely more my cup of tea. So, Al, do you want Stabby Boy or Archer Boy?
I'll take Stabby Boy because he's got a shield.
Okay. And what's your max health?
9.
Okay, I just accidentally full screened my entire... Why have they made full screen for browsing windows? It's so odd to me.
And health points are really weird to me because I'm used to White Wolf.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing is that me and John, not too long ago, were playing Vampire the Masquerade, where it's a completely different like health system. Okay, so what I'm going to allow is, because of your good stealth rolls, for Wormgull and Bjerger to be able to choose where they will start in the encounter. Let me just put some borders down. Boop! So you can see you've got your nice borders there, and then I'm gonna show my terrible drawing skills. So these are rivers, if you can believe it. And they count as essentially either you can jump over them or swim through them, or difficult terrain if you try to walk through them, because it's swamp water, so it's not that deep, basically, in this area. Okay? You can choose where you start anywhere on the encounter with your stealth roll. So if you want to flank them, you can. If you want to get to the other side of the river, you can. And then Giblig and Murglon, I'm going to ask for you guys to start anywhere from, let's say, here. These blocks within there. Is that okay?
Yep.
I don't know why I'm asking if it's okay, because I'm the boss. But, you know. Okay?
And I take it our water movement doesn't work for the river thingy very well.
No,
it's
you're small enough that it will work, but Murlocs spend most of their time in a constant hunch. So if you wanted to try and stand up and walk through it, you could. But it's essentially 5 feet down and then 5 feet back up. So if you wanted to swim in it for whatever reason, keep that in mind that you would use 5 feet of your movement getting into the water. Okay, are you guys happy with your starting points?
Yep.
All right, so... Okay.
Oh, I didn't move. I
I'll
didn't
start
move
in the
my
river.
character. I can't move my character.
Oh, that's because I haven't given you control of it yet. I'm very smart.
No, you gave me control of it instead.
Shut up, nerd! There you go. Jay, if you want to
Yeah.
pick where you
I
want to
see
start
it.
there.
I want to be like over here,
Okay.
watching, but out of the way.
Yep. So you two are going to get a surprise round at the beginning of this as well. So keep that in mind once your initiatives have been rolled. So let's roll initiative, everyone, please. I'm going to roll initiative for these guys. Add turns to the turn order. Where is the turn order? Where has that gone? Oh, there it is. Fantastic. So if you don't know how to roll your initiative, if Von, you've used Roll20 before, if you want to let people know.
You click the word initiative on your character sheet.
You have to be clicking your token for it to.
Oh, right, yeah, that part. Sorry, I always have my token selected.
There we go. I had it selected on that one.
No problem.
Yay.
These guys don't have any additions to their initiative, so... Giblig, do you have... what's your dex modifier?
3.
3. Okay, yeah. So you're going to go before... There we go, that should fix that. You're going to go first once the round starts. Excuse me. Oh, that didn't... hold on. Descending. There we go. Bjerger, what's your dex modifier?
3.
3, right, okay.
I'm not Bjerger.
Yeah, we've all got a dex modifier of 3, apparently.
Right, fantastic. That's so Bjerger and Giblig, do you want to decide who between you two goes first?
Giblig can go first.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Well, you're going first. But as I said, you two, Wormgull and Bjerger, both have a surprise round. So, Bjerga, you can go first with your surprise round, and then Wormgirl goes second, and then it starts the turn order from Giblig. Okay? So, Bjerga, off you go! Fight these Sharky boys!
Do I have access to my class abilities yet, or no?
Yes, you do. That was the thing that I was describing for you guys at the beginning once you realized you had these new abilities. So Bjerga can react to this however he wants. He has the knowledge, so you don't have to roleplay, oh, I don't know how to do it. You do have the knowledge. Where it came from, who the fuck knows?
And we know they've spotted us, so I'm gonna go with...
No, they haven't spotted you two yet. This is why that's a surprise round. So you guys get, correct me if I'm wrong, advantage on attack rolls, and are not seen until you get within range of them. That's basically what you get for the surprise round.
Okay, so I'd like to probably poke my head out of the water and target this closest one with a Sacred Flame.
Okay, go for the roll.
No, you have to make the roll.
You have to roll.
Oh, is it?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw, fantastic. Do you have to type /roll d20, or can you just type /R?
/R
d20
works.
Plus 1. 18.
No damage dealt.
No damage dealt. Okay. And are you going to use any of your movement, Bjerga?
I'll move back to this corner here, just getting away from them a little bit.
Splash, 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 splash. Okay, and Wormgirl.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to this guy.
He goes.
I'm sure he does. And
well, he doesn't until after you've attacked him, because he doesn't see you.
Right. I'm gonna hit him with my... I think I get sneak attack damage on this.
You get sneak attack damage, and you get advantage on the roll.
Oh, well, I already hit. I don't need to roll it again.
You never know. You might roll a crit.
That's true. Let me roll it again. I didn't.
But we have to take the first damage.
Okay, so that's... Sorry, So does that mean the first roll is 6 damage or 4 damage?
It's 6. The 2 damage is my sneak attack damage.
Right, okay, no problem.
And I forgot I only have 20 speed, so I can't leave.
I can't move. Oh no.
I'm used to rogues getting in, stabbing, getting out, but not yet. Not at level 1.
Right, so one thing I'm just gonna, because I think it's my bad, Bjerga obviously gets advantage on that Sacred Flame. So would I roll disadvantage for that?
Nah.
Right, okay.
No.
No problem then, that's fine. I mean, you all could have said yes and gone a free attack, but whatever, it's fine, I don't mind at all. Okay, so start the round. Giblig!
I want to stab it in the face.
Which one?
The one straight in front of me.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yep, you can make that. That's 4 squares.
So do I just drop myself full forward?
Yep. Put yourself wherever you want to be. And if that's in my arms, then I'll welcome it. I won't.
Okay. Can I stab it?
Can you stab it? Absolutely.
Good. Because that was my whole plan.
Yep, so you'd click on the weapon you want to use on your character sheet, and that should do the roll for you, but you get to roll it twice because of advantage. And I think if you shift-click it, that gives advantage, right?
If you set the toggle, it should be right at the top of the sheet. You have advantage, normal, disadvantage buttons.
Yep, I see it. Pooh. I set up my character sheet wrong.
Well, hey!
Nope, that is not the thing.
Okay, let's have a look at Giblig. Here we go. So I should be able to character sheet. Right, yeah, okay, so we don't have your weapons. What weapon are you using? Are you using a spear?
I put it down as halberd when I thought I did it, but obviously I didn't.
Halberd, okay. So, pull up the stats for Halberd. God, my my internet is getting covered in tabs now. Indeed, Beyond. I do like that quite a large amount of stuff on D&D Beyond is free now. Considering Wizards of the Coast are kind of notorious for...
It's because it's a separate company that makes it.
Oh, is it? That's pretty...
Yeah.
Right, okay, so... You've got proficiency with the weapon, so you'd roll just a d20 plus your strength modifier, I think.
2.
Right, okay, so you roll a d... You can type /R d20 plus 2. Right, 18, that does hit. Sorry, excuse me. So then your damage is a 1d10 slashing. So roll d10, and then in 5th edition, do we still add the strength modifier as the...
You add your strength modifier or on all attacks and damage rolls, or dexterity if you're using a finesse weapon and want to use dexterity.
It is not. It is a heavy... Oh, actually, John, since you weren't aware of this, I'll give you the option. Your weapon has reach, which means you can actually hit things 10 feet away from you. So if you want, you can back up a square if you want. I'll allow that.
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic.
And
So then, as Vaughn said, 1d10 plus your... Wow, okay, great start. Awesome start, guys. Loving it. Okay, so -4. That didn't save. Have I turned numlock off? Is that why? There we go. Right. So then it is Björga's turn.
Did everyone else get a turn already?
You got a surprise round.
Oh,
so
okay.
you and Jay got to act before the turn order started. That's why.
Can I make it to here while still swimming?
Absolutely, yeah. Any sort of mostly full square you can be in within the water. So there's pretty much not a part in the water that you can't go.
Well, I'm going to load up one of those slimy little rocks in my sling and take another shot at the closest one to me.
You're going to the left one here, yeah?
Yes.
All right, no problem. So you've done the roll. 15, that hits. 7 bludgeoning damage. Fantastic. You're on the road, guys. You're doing it.
And I will stay right there.
We're doing it.
You're doing it.
In the water.
Okay, no problem. So this is the first monster action. Oh man, these are of your level. I want to promise that these monsters are of your level.
Oh, I don't like the way that you're saying that.
Okay, so this one's gonna slither its way down to you with its flippy flappy feet, and it is gonna try and bite you, Giblig. So let me just
okay.
D20 plus 4. Okay, so that's a 12 against your AC. Does that hit?
I have 13.
So no, it does not hit. So
Hey.
that's that is
Just,
all.
just a quick question. That does mean armor class.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes, then 13.
Yeah. Okay. And it is not close enough to its friend because you guys surprised it, so it doesn't get any bonuses there. So now it is Wormgul's turn.
Okay, I don't get my sneak attack this time because I don't have advantage and there's no other friends nearby. But I can still hit it with a rapier normally.
Still attempt to stab.
Remember, as an Azerothian Murloc, you get the bonus for having Murlocs in your party.
Oh, right. It's +1 to attack rolls and AC.
Exactly.
So I think that hits even without the +1.
Okay. Yep. That does a hit, and that's 11 damage.
Yep, and I can't disengage as a bonus action yet, right?
No, not until you get cunning action.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just stay here and get hurt later, I guess.
Don't worry, you've got a cleric and the druid in the party. Nothing can go wrong.
Like the sound of that. Don't like the sound of what Matt was saying about reassuring us that they're our level.
Look, I just look at the challenge rating, okay? That's all I do. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, these guys could fight these guys. Right.
Challenge ratings are a challenge.
They are. They're not great. I've noticed. All right, MrGablin. It is
Okay.
your turn.
Unfortunately, I've measured, and they're just that little bit too far apart for me to hit them with most of my spells effectively. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to target this one with Frostbite.
Bam.
Bam.
Spell save DC. Okay.
Yeah, DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
Yes.
Ah, and there's the
That's a
save.
pass. Well, that didn't work out.
Oh, so it's not a if they save half damage thing or anything.
No, cantrips, if they save, nothing happens.
Okay, no problem. And anything else for your turn then? Are you going to move at all or say anything? Remember, you guys can speak up to, I think, 3 sentences per turn.
I can't remember where there's any rules about that.
It's based on how much time passes in each individual turn, and each individual turn is about 3 seconds.
6 seconds.
6 seconds, there you go. So that's enough time to say about 3 sentences.
Right. I'm just going to move so I've got someone directly in between me and one of them.
The
and some
chompy chomps.
terrain. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to leave it there.
All right, next turn is this one on the left, and it is going to try and bite Wormgle.
Will it succeed?
It's a 12.
No.
No, it does not succeed. Right, okay. These things might die without ever getting a hit off, which is always a great start to a...
Yeah, but are we going to get a hit off either?
I mean...
I did.
Yeah.
Talking about the spellcasters here.
I've got a sling. I can do things.
All right, Giblig. It is your turn once again.
I want to swing my halberd over my head and crack it in the face again.
All right.
Because just fuck that thing.
No problem. Give us the roll just like last time.
D20 plus 2. Oh, that shouldn't be there. Hey!
Nice! A crit. So that is max damage. So that is a...
It's double the dice in 5th edition
Yeah,
now.
5th edition, it's...
You get to roll more dice!
Well, again, alright, you could do max damage if you wanted, but whatever. Right, roll 2 d10s plus the strength modifier.
Same strength modifier. You can still roll 2 1s.
Can I roll them both at the same time by doing D10 times 2?
If you put...
slash R 2d10 plus whatever your modifier is.
Okay. Do it 2d10 plus 2. Good God!
Should have taken the max damage.
The worst damage ever.
It's not the worst damage.
You could have rolled 2 1s instead of just the 1.
I will, because I'm a nice DM, say that both of these guys are pretty beat up at this point, so don't worry too much. And anything else, Giblig?
Can I curse my halberd for being so shit?
If Giblig believes that his halberd is a sentient being, yes.
Good.
Or if it just helps Gilbig's stress levels at the moment.
Fuck that halberd.
Your lush stuff is on the left side of the table. There was only one thing in it. Yeah. Sorry, did you want to say that again?
Yes, I believe my halberd is sentient, and I want to curse it because it's
Excellent.
a bitch.
So you say mean things to your halberd. I'm just gonna... Okay, your halberd does not respond.
Good. I think.
It's scary if it like sung back. Only
Okay.
you.
Bjerge, it is your turn.
Okay, how far up can I go if I get out of the water? Because I know you said that takes 5 to move up out of the water.
Yeah, so
How
moving
far?
one...
Just straight up.
Moving one... Wait, so are you just wanting to launch yourself out of the water upward?
No, I want to get out of the water and move towards Wormgull.
Right, so that one square that you've taken was 10 feet, basically.
Okay. I forget how much movement I have. 20, so I can go to there. That's
Yeah, you have 20
so 10.
for a deep sea
Okay.
Murloc. Yeah,
Let's
Jay, you have
see.
25 feet of movement, by the way.
No, I have 20 because I'm wearing armor.
Ah.
You got that armor on you, eh?
Mm-hmm. All right. Bjerge, carry on.
I'll go ahead and do another Sacred Flame at the one closest to me.
Roll. Okay. Dex save. Dun, 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 dun. All right, he fails. So
Hey!
he takes that 3 radiant damage. How does this thing die?
With a dark blue radiant flame, just licking over it and causing it to just kind of burn from the inside out.
Wow. Okay. Yep. So this thing opens its mouth as its insides burn, and it just kind of and falls over dead. All right. Anything else, Bjerge?
No, nothing else I can do, unfortunately.
All right. The other one, at seeing its friend horribly murdered, is going to... There it is. It is going to burrow into the ground and pop up here. And it is going to try and bite Murglon. And that's a 7 against your AC.
That's a miss.
I
When you
assumed.
when you miss the wizard.
Harsh times. These things just aren't it's not their day.
I'll have you know I am proficient in shields.
Ooh, do you have a shield?
Oh yes, it's part of the druid starting gear for some reason.
That is very odd. Wormgull!
Same here with the
Portal
shield.
can't do much. One, and walking through the river is twice, right?
Well, if you've got a 5 foot run up, you should be able to jump 5 foot, right? Because it's based on your strength modifier.
I think so. Are you saying that I can
You could
get
jump.
over
You could
here?
jump the river, yeah.
Okay, and then would I still have? So that would have been. Where's the ruler thingy? Okay, we had 5. Would this be 15 or would this be 10? Because I jumped over this.
It'd be 10. So you'd still have
Okay.
two squares of movement.
Cool. So I can go here and then here,
Mhm.
and then I can get my sneak attack.
Woo!
Ooh, I don't hit it though.
No. All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, Murglon.
Wait a
Okay.
minute, I have a short bow. Why'd I even do that?
Hey, it's cool. It's the start of the campaign. That's what happens.
Well, it's close now, and frankly, I think I'm more likely to do something if I whack it with my sword.
Whack it with your sword. You just miss.
Damn it!
Yep. Could not be. Okay, this guy's dead, so on his turn, he continues to be dead. Giblig!
That's convenient.
Yeah.
So, just a quick question for Giblig, so I know for future as well. If he moves 1 square down with his reach, is he flanking?
Flanking is an optional rule, so I've
'Cause
not
if he's-
really committed it to memory.
I'm fine with you guys flanking, since your Murlocs are going to be quite squishy, so any advantage you can have. But if it's an optional rule, I'm going to make the ruling that you do have to be actually adjacent to the creature to gain flanking.
Yeah.
So if you move
Okay.
2 squares, John, or Giblig, you will get flanking, which then gives you advantage on your roll.
Can I like do a charge stab, or can I just do regular stab?
Charging, there is another rule for that, but I'm pretty sure it's tied to feats now because they've
Yeah,
overhauled a
it's-
lot of different things.
It's not a free thing as charge anymore. It used to be in 5th edition.
Oh.
4th edition.
4th edition. We're in 5th edition, Matthew. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's tied to a feat, so you can, like I said, you get advantage anyway, so you get to roll 2d20s if you move the 2 steps.
Yeah, I'll move 2 steps and stab it again.
All right, give me 2d20s. Okay, so your first roll was a 19, your third was a 5. So the 19 definitely hits.
Nice.
So roll your d10 of damage. Is damage affected with advantage at all
No.
in 5th? No. Okay, cool. So
No.
d10 plus your plus 2. 7 damage. Alright, this thing is battered and bruised and almost dead. Anything else on your turn, Giblig?
No, Giblig is satisfied.
Bjerger.
None of our people are hurt, are they?
Nope.
No.
These things have not gotten a single attack off.
We are surprisingly resilient Murlocs.
Do you know, you're just slippery. That's all it is. It's just slippery.
I think I'm gonna try to burn it from here, because if I remember correctly, Sacred Flame has a range of 60, I think.
Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's 60 feet.
Go for it.
Yep, going for it.
You have to roll now.
Oh, sorry, I thought I didn't. It doesn't look like the chat doesn't move much, and my brain do dumb.
Oh,
do
you're
dumb.
gonna have so much fun when it comes to us alternating between. Oh no, we make the roll for this spell. No, you make the roll for this spell.
Yep, it's gonna be a good time. All right, so that is unfortunately a miss. Bjerger, anything else?
I'm gonna move up right next to this corpse over here
Okay.
and kneel down next to it. Can't do anything with it right now, but
Okay, so this one's gonna turn around and once again try and bite Giblig. So, it's a 13, and you said your armor class is a 13, so that does hit.
Ah, curses.
So, this is why... Oh, no, I read the numbers wrong. This is absolutely fine. That's 4 damage. So, click on your token, click on the green thing, type -4, and then it will be there. There you go. Okay. So that will be its turn, because the bite is not a grapple. Wormgull.
Stabby time.
Stabby time.
Did you say we were using flanking or not? I missed it.
Yes.
You need to be directly opposite.
But
to
yeah,
flank.
you wouldn't get the
Oh,
flanking
okay.
bonus.
You'd need somebody
Good.
over here.
Or she'd
Good,
need
because I was
be
going to
stood
ask how that
here.
works. I was going to ask how that works because I have not used flanking in any 5th edition campaign I've played, but I don't need to worry about it.
If you move 1 square upwards, you're still within its adjacency thing, so you wouldn't take an opportunity attack, and you'd gain flanking
What does flanking do?
advantage.
Oh, cool. Yeah, why not?
This is how I remember the flanking rules working in 4th edition, so it's how I'm going to run it.
4th edition gave you +2, but advantage is the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Oh, crikey, that's ow. That's ow.
Yeah, so how do you slice this thing from stem to sternum?
I'm gonna poke the rapier through its eye into its brain.
Nice. I love it. The
Twirl it
violence.
around a little.
Give it a big old stibbity stab. All right, so that is your first encounter of the campaign done. That is 200 XP to split between you all, so you all get 50 XP.
Woo!
So add that to your character sheets. And now, here's the fun part. The next, this other new mechanic that we're going to be using, that's from another homebrew. Because as you might be able to tell by these creatures, they're not from Azeroth. So, what you guys now get to do... Actually, I'm going to give you the opportunity to find out. Can each of you give me a survival roll, please? And I'll use the total to decide how we're going to do this.
Survival.
Oh, I still have advantage turned on.
So it's the 8 instead.
8, Wormgold, Bjerga. Okay, so you guys essentially pool your knowledge and you can roleplay this however you want. But these creatures are so dense in magic and nutrients that they're just like, by taking a piece of them and applying it to either your armor or weapons in some form will enhance your armor and weapons. So
Ooh, magic.
That makes what I was going to do even more hilarious.
Fantastic.
We
How
go to
big
wear
are
it
its
as a
teeth?
hat.
What was that, Bjerga?
How big are its teeth?
How big are its teeth? About the length of your finger. So, slightly longer than a human finger.
But I could use them in my sling, is what I was thinking. I'm just gathering ammo.
Let me look at its material chart. Okay, so its teeth are not listed. So... No, so that means I'm quite happy for you to forego your carve roll. So instead of getting a magical thing, I'll give you a bag of Zamite teeth. And what these are is essentially, it'll be a +1 to attack.
Okay.
And we'll say that you get that bonus for the next 3 encounters. Okay?
I was gonna write down how many teeth. 3 encounters? Okay.
I mean, if you want to write down a number, if that's what you'd prefer, I'd say 30.
30? Okay.
30 is the usable amount of teeth that you can pull from this thing. 'Cause you're a Murloc, you're small. And
I will totally take that.
Okay, so that means the 3 of you remaining get to each roll a carve on both of these. So you get 1 carve from each. And what you do with that, you roll just a d20.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so that's Wormgull's was the first roll, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so Wormgull, you carve from this thing, or, well, acquire from this thing some oil. It's called paddock oil. And what that does, when this oil is applied to the skin, the target gains tremor sense out to 30 feet for 1 hour. So if this is essentially a one-time buff that you can use, that will let you sense movement in the ground. Okay?
Neat. Let me write that down.
Paddock oil, Paddock. Okay? Alright. And next one was Murlocs. That was a 9. So you carve a... I've been stupid and looked at the wrong chart.
Woo!
Yep. Sorry. So let me tell you. Let me say what Wormgull gets, because it's not that. It is 16.
Wait, what? Wormgull? It wasn't paddock oil?
No, that's my bad. I read the wrong
wrong
chart basically. Okay. So 16 is monster guts. Monster innards, a prized delicacy bleh, worth 50 gold pieces.
Is that mine?
No, that's Wormgold.
Oh, okay.
Murglon, you get meaty hide. This material can be cooked for 2 days of rations. And John or Giblig get monster guts as well. So again, you get a prize delicacy worth 50 gold pieces.
Nice.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, so that is the end of that encounter. You guys have gotten your loot. This is the looting system that is going to be predominant through the game. You will still get like magical items and artifacts throughout the playthrough, but I'm more aiming for this idea that you're going to enhance your own equipment rather than find new stuff. Okay?
Yep.
So you guys rip these things to bits, get what you can that's usable, and now
Was it
you
one roll that covers both of them?
Oh my! I do apologize. Yeah, you get a second roll for the other one. Everyone roll a survival check again. My humble.
Do I roll on this one or?
Yeah, I'll give
is
you
my
your.
30
I'll give you your roll.
I know what the 16 is already. That was convenient.
Mhm. Yep. So 16, you get your monster guts again. Giblig, you get meaty hide, which is the 2 days of rations.
I thought it was just a D20, not a survival check.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you could just subtract the modifier from it.
It's just my brain. So that's a 7 from Giblig. So you get a sharp fang. If you apply this to your weapon, your slashing weapon deals an extra 1 slashing damage.
I don't have a slashing weapon.
No, if it will make your weapon do 1 slashing damage on top of its piercing damage. So basically, go to your weapon and just add +1, but make sure to note that in a way that you know that if you add a different monster part to your weapon, that you will lose that +1. Okay.
Yep.
And Bjerge, so 23 minus 5 is. Why can't I do maths? 18.
18.
Jesus Christ. So you get some more monster guts. So if you guys want to pool that together, I'm quite happy to say next time you have the opportunity to sell something, you can split 150 gold between you, or the people that got it can keep the 50 gold. That's up to you. How you want to distribute gold in this campaign is your choice.
We'll work that out when we get there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll just write it in my inventory.
What did I get? Just more monster guts?
Worm goal 14. No, you got meaty hide, so 2 days of rations.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Food.
Delicious food. Which is helpful considering you realise that Glubdan didn't actually send you with any food or supplies of any kind. What you have is what you have on your character sheet. So any supplies that you brought with you are yours. You were not given any extra provisions by Glubdan. Because he's a cheap bastard.
Ugh, we should unionize.
You know, Murloc unions, I've been saying it for years, man. Okay, so you find yourself in this swamp. You've killed these strange creatures that are unlike anything you've seen on Azeroth before. But again, your memories of Azeroth are pretty hazy now, so maybe they lived there, who knows? Yeah, what do you guys do now?
Do we see any more of them near us?
There are, if you're looking for them, you can see them off in the distance doing their thing. They're not actively searching for you, because it's obviously quite a dense swamp. So there's a pretty strong abundance of food. So unless you antagonize them, they'll probably leave you alone unless you present yourself as a particularly tasty meal.
Or too much of a threat.
Or too much of a threat. So, Wormgo, as a scout in your past life, can you give me a perception check, please?
And do.
19. Okay, so it's not super clear, but while you're watching these creatures, you notice that these things were not adults. These were juveniles. And you see one almost 3 times it's these things' size plodding around in the swamp. It's quite a distance away. It's not anywhere near you, but there is one, and it is huge.
I would like to make sure our path doesn't go that way.
Fantastic. You can do that. So, what are you guys doing now? Are you continuing north, or what would you guys like to do now that you've had this first encounter? And obviously, Wormgull, if you want to explain to the rest of your crew in RP that there's this big old boy out in the distance.
Yeah, sure. So those two things, you know, we did pretty good, but they're babies, and there's a big one over there, and I really don't want to go that way.
We should avoid that one.
I agree.
Let's get out of sight of the mom. Hopefully it's not their mom. And I guess all we can do is keep following orders.
So is your party agreeing to continue with your little mission of carrying on, yeah?
Yep.
And
Yep.
do you guys want to take a short rest so Ghibli can heal, or do you want to keep going?
I say we take a short rest after we get a little further away.
Okay, so are you wanting to find somewhere a little more safe in order to... Right, okay. So if that's agreed by the group, that you want to find a safe place to sit and rest, can everyone give me a survival check, please?
Trying, I can't reach my keyboard. My cat's back.
Meow. Okay, yeah, you guys find a hollowed out tree, essentially. Like this is a vast tree. It's like at the very least 4 Murlocs thick, if not more so, because that's the only measuring Murlocs have is in Murlocs. And you just chill inside it for a bit, so that gives Giblig an opportunity to use his healing die, of which he should have 1 at this point.
And I'll keep an eye out while we're resting.
Okay, yeah, so Giblig, roll a 1d10, and that'll be how much you heal. 1. Cool.
Oh no!
You heal by 1 for the...
Don't you add your con modifier?
Yeah,
to that?
you add your Constitution modifier.
There you go, add your Constitution as well then.
Oh, okay. +3 then.
Yay!
So that's 4, so that's back up to full. No, it's not.
That
I can't
is
do
more
maths.
respectable.
It definitely is a lot safer. All right, so once you've taken the short rest, the night has officially fallen. You can hear the chirping of crickets and cicadas off in the distance. Most of the shark-like creatures seem to have burrowed down and hibernated. So, if there is a safe time to travel in a swamp, now would be it.
North, I guess, then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should
do we
probably
see-
find definitely what this encampment is, and
I-
then also find somewhere that's safe for us to have an overnight encampment, because sure, it's safer to travel at night, but Murlocs also need sleep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys, so you said you want to find this encampment is what your is your suggestion, Merglon?
Yeah.
All right. What does everyone else think of that?
Seems like a good idea. I mean, if it takes too long, then we can always just rest and keep going tomorrow.
Just be careful if we do spot it. Humans will try to kill us.
Giblin thinks the sky is pretty and decisions are taking too long.
Okay, brilliant. So that means you guys are going to be following the tracks. So let's get either an investigation or nature check from 2 of you, so you guys can decide who rolls those who rolls one of those dice and who rolls another die.
My mods on both of those are -1.
My mods on both of those are +1.
What are we rolling?
Either a nature or a investigation check.
I'll give guidance to one of you.
It definitely shouldn't be me.
Who was it that had 1?
I get +1s.
Murlocs has +1 on both.
Okay, I will give guidance to Murlocs since we're following him.
Okay, and who's gonna roll as well?
Yeah, does anybody else have a positive modifier? Or at least
I have a
0?
1 as well,
Okay, so
but I'm giving guidance.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would.
well, you can either give guidance or just be the person that makes the second roll. Because you guys have both got +1s, so you guys might as well.
Yeah, you should probably do the second roll because I think
Right, so I don't get the +1d4 then.
No. Oh, right. Okay, so he's using guidance, right? Okay, yep. So.
Oh.
Basically, I'm helping him find the stuff.
So who's gonna roll
Find
the
the
second
tracks.
roll?
Well,
I'll just roll my -1 and hope I get lucky.
yeah. There you go. That's fine.
I didn't.
2. All right, and Murlocs.
Neither did I.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
So it takes a lot longer than you guys would have hoped, but you do eventually travel through the swamp that you've been told is called the Black Morass, and stumble across a small human village on the eastern side. So the village is just a bit further north ahead of you over a hill. To the east of you, you can see the ocean. If that gives
We love that.
you love the ocean. If that gives you any idea, a bit more of an idea of where you are, topographically, or however you say. Further off in the distance, does anyone have a passive perception of over 11?
I believe yes, I do.
I
Okay.
don't know where that is.
So just look at your
It's
perception
your-
modifier and then add 10.
It should also be a thing
Yes.
under your skills.
I have 15, I believe.
Damn.
Passive perception.
I
I'm
have
looking
14.
14. Murlocs, what was yours?
15.
15. Fuck. And
We're all good at
Giggly,
seeing.
you're all good at
I've got
seeing.
11.
11. Okay, so the only one who doesn't see this is Gibblig.
Not surprising.
Beyond the human village, you can see this vast pool of glowing green water, and just in the center of it, you can just about make out the top of what looks like maybe a temple. But obviously, from this distance, that's all you can discern from there. Okay, so this village that you see is right next to a river. It has, a water mill and all of that, but it is still quite a small settlement. You're thinking maybe no more than 30, 40 people between all the houses in there. It doesn't look like a military outpost or anything. It just looks like your normal human village. It's got a couple guards posted at the sides, but nothing crazy. Bjerger mentioned it earlier that humans will try to kill you, but keep in mind that Globdan has said that Murlocs don't exist here. So as far as you're aware, you would be the only Murlocs these people have ever seen, if what Glubdan said is true.
Right.
Can we trust him?
I think whatever we do should wait until the morning. I think we shouldn't get any closer just yet, and we should camp for the night while we're still far enough that they won't see us.
Okay. To answer Giblig's question as well, can you trust him? Basically comes down to how Giblig trusts people. Does Giblig trust people with power? Does he trust people with knowledge? Does he trust people that have yellow scales over green scales? Is Giblig a massive racist? We don't know. These are the decisions you guys have to make as your wee little characters.
How far away from the encampment is that ocean you were speaking of? Like, are we talking miles or just...
Well, from the encampment, you're about half a mile. From the ocean, you're about a mile and a half from where you are.
Okay.
So we'd have to go past the encampment if we wanted to get to the ocean?
No, you just have to go east.
Oh, okay. Do we want to make an ocean camp?
That's, I was waiting for Björga to...
It would be slightly safer to hide under the waves.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so you guys want to go make a little trek to the ocean and camp out there? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Not all of us
Have a
can
nice
breathe
outpost.
underwater forever.
Sorry, say that again?
Not all of us can breathe underwater forever. I only
That
have...
sounds like a personal problem.
Oh. All right.
We can camp on the beach.
We'll find a cave on the beach.
All right, brilliant. So, just because this is a like sort of setting up and camping role, what I will say is you do it without issue, because you're doing it relatively near your like natural habitat. But again, if those hazy memories of Azeroth, you remember almost every beach on Azeroth having at least some Murloc huts of some kind, but these beaches are empty, desolate almost. You know, there's just sand, which is just weird. But yeah, you guys set up your own little camp in a small cave with plenty of access to water, so Murlocs and Björga can just slumber under the water if they want to. And do you guys set up watches?
I'll take a watch.
Okay. Anyone
Yep.
else? Yep. So you're just going to rotate watches?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Give me an order. So Björga's going first,
Yeah, I'll go first.
and then
Oh, Giblig will go.
Giblig second,
I'll go third.
third for
I guess I'll go
Murlocs,
last.
and then yeah. Okay. So Björga, give me a perception check.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. And Giblig.
That's with a +5.
So yeah, cool. And Murlocs.
Nothing.
And then Wormgoal.
Perception check.
Okay, so then
We are oblivious.
right. Okay, let's.
Even though I have a +4.
Sometimes the rolls be like that.
All right. Okay. So you guys are lucky that even though you perceive fuck all, there
Pretty water.
nothing attacked during the night. Yeah, Björga was just too busy just being like water, yay, water. But yeah, you guys wake up just after the crack of dawn, and you can continue your adventure. What do you guys? What do you guys plan? Let's hear some Murloc morning RP. Monday mornings with Murlocs.
I do have a question. Which one of us is prettiest?
That is up to you. That is Björga's decision. Who
What
he
are
thinks is the
Murloc
prettiest.
beauty standards?
I vote Giblig. I'm an idiot, so I must be pretty.
What are Murloc beauty standards?
Though that is up to you as players of the Murloc race. You can decide: is it the length of their back spines? Is it the variety of hues in their scales? Is it the length of their teeth? Is it the webbedness of their feet? Is it just the bulbous, bulging cockeyedness of their eyes? It is up to you what makes a Murloc
That
beautiful.
fisheye lens.
That fisheye lens, yeah. If
I
they-
have
If they see
particularly-
the world as completely distorted and curved, they're hot as shit.
I have particularly greasy skin
Right,
and
okay.
vibrant colors on my scales. No, spines. That's the word. Spines.
Okay. So you guys need. I get right. Okay, this has to be. It has to be a thing now. You need to decide who is the prettiest Murloc. I want to know.
I based mine off of a picture I found when I googled Murloc because I realized I had completely forgotten to pick an appearance
That's fine.
for my character.
I did
Um,
exactly the same.
Yeah,
I look like a deep sea catfish. I'm
I've
not
been
that.
busy.
I'm literally the catfish.
I picked this one.
That was the one I was
Fantastic.
looking at.
Fantastic.
Oh, how did
Um,
I delete it? I didn't mean to.
I don't know.
I'll put it back.
I
Wait, did somebody
guess
say that they picked the same one?
The classic.
that was
Murloc.
the one I was looking at as well because I forgot what Murlocs looked like.
All right then. I'm going to assign each one of you a number. Wormgull's 1, Murglon's 2, Giblig is 3, Bjerger is 4, and then I'm going to roll D4.
Yes.
Giblig is the prettiest.
Would the common Murlocs and the deep sea Murlocs think the other one is ugly? Would they have different beauty standards?
That is.
We like our dangly bits.
All right, we're gonna roll a D2, and 1 is they find them disgusting, and 2 is they find them just as pretty as other Murlocs. You find them disgusting.
Well, I am the prettiest of the disgusting then.
No, you're a common Azerothian Murloc, so
Oh.
You
Oh
thi-
yeah.
you think you're hot shit, and you think
I
Murglon and
am.
Bjerger are fucking might as well just be 2 burgers.
Double patty.
Double Krabby Patty. All right. So now that the most important question of this campaign has been decided, who is the prettiest Murloc? We now know that is Giblig.
And why was this question asked in the first place?
Alzareth,
I was
why did you
thinking
wanna know?
who would be approaching the human village, but I probably wouldn't vocalize that.
Oh.
Well, you guys need to decide how to proceed with your assignment, so you can do that in RP. And if Bjerger wants to suggest maybe the pretty one should go, then that's up to Bjerger.
I don't like humans.
I am quite content to just sit and watch and tend to the sea.
I do not understand the question enough to answer.
I think they're gonna eat me.
So we're all agreed we want nothing to do with them.
I was not in
I-
agreement. I am in distracted stupor.
He is distracted by his
I-
own reflection.
I can go in and take their stuff. I can go in and tell you what's going on, but if I talk to them, they'll probably eat me.
Guess I'll go.
Do we need to know anything about humans? Are they really important?
I mean, probably. We don't really know what is important or not.
Yeah, we are just here to look, so
You are here to assess threats and possibly eliminate them, is what Glubdan said.
We eliminated some threats earlier.
We killed 2 monsters. That's all good now. This place is safe.
Maybe go around humans and check the glowing green.
it sure would be nice to have somewhere for Murloc City.
Okay, so that's a suggestion for going to the strange glowing green. Anyone else?
Yeah, that's probably a threat.
Ghibli?
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. Ghibli say go. Fantastic. So, you guys are going past the small human village and carrying on to the pool of glowing green water, right?
Yes. Trying to stay out of sight so we don't get killed.
All right, then. Well, since
And
Alzra said
eaten.
it, everyone give me a stealth roll.
Ooh, stealth good.
Do stealth good. Okay, so Murglon and Wormgull are like, yeah, we've got this. We're like raw stealth. We're the pride of the Murloc tide. And then Bjerga's tripping over leaves and twigs and just occasionally farting, and then Ghibli is just singing, just nice and loud, just a good old sing song. But yeah, Wormgull and Murglon, you're real stealthy. So if they kill anyone, it won't be you guys. So you guys arrive at this large reservoir or lake, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, as you can see, out in the center there is this rising temple just above the surface. So you can assume that this ancient temple sank into the swamp over many years.
Did we notice any humans reacting to us as we were passing by?
Okay, if I could type, that'd help. Yes, a couple humans that were out either fishing in the rivers with nets or out hunting. They noticed you. They didn't seem to completely go apeshit and like freak out, but they definitely like pointed and got their other friends to look, or the other humans to look at you and observe you, but they didn't. They were neither outwardly aggressive nor outwardly afraid of you. The ones that did see you, anyway.
That's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to sniff the green stuff.
Sniff the green stuff. Okay, so
Don't want to touch it, just sniff it.
just sniff. Just get to. Okay. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Oh, that's gonna go bad.
This is water. This water, that. Don't matter that it's green. It's just water. It's just green
Water
water.
can be green.
You never seen
It's
green
just-
water before?
It's just algae. Totally normal.
It's just glowing
I
algae.
want to throw
it's
a rock
fine.
in it. I want to
Oh.
throw a rock in it and see what happens.
Okay, before she does that, does anyone else want to make any of the rolls?
Can
Goes a
I?
nature check, maybe.
Yeah, go for it. This is not water.
Good to know.
But it smells like water.
It smells
It's
like
like
water.
it too.
It looks like water. Tastes like water. It's green, just like water. You know, Bjerga is adamant. This is just water. I just want to make that clear. But Murglon, yeah, you check it over. It's. I mean, it's mixed. Whatever it is, it's mixed with water. There is water in there. Is swamp water, but there is something definitely magical. And I say druid, something. There is a similarity between whatever's glowing in this water and the magic you use.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Ghibli, did you want to make any rolls?
No, nothing.
Okay. So, Wormgull, you throw a rock into the water, yeah?
Uh-huh. Into the definitely not water.
Okay, give me a strength check.
I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, okay. So, you really chuck this rock. This rock goes far out into the water, and it just plops in, and instead of the water rippling, the stone almost just disappears. as if it didn't even make contact with the water.
Huh. Okay.
That's weird.
Can I get a stick and like dip an end of the stick in it and try to pull it out?
Yeah, okay. So you dip a stick in it and you pull it back out. The liquid clings to the stick for a bit and does resist, but once you pull it out, the end of the stick is now covered with growing leaves. Not a lot, but you know, like a couple leaves have started to sprout on it.
Oh, can I? What happens if I dip the tip of my halberd in it?
Are you dipping the metal tip or the wooden tip?
The metal tip.
The metal tip, okay? You dip it in and nothing happens.
No. Giblig is now bored with this and goes off to find something else.
They have a leaf portal.
I think it just makes things grow.
I love the reasoning there from fucking Wormgull. Wormgull, I genuinely, for that amazing RP, you can have one inspiration.
Yay!
Because that was, I love that. They have a leaf portal.
A rock disappeared, and then when I pulled something out, it was covered in leaves.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It does make sense. Obviously not to Bjerga, because this is just water, right?
Yep.
Yep, it's just water.
Although whenever somebody comments that it makes things grow, I'll look at MrGablin and say, maybe you should get in.
I thought he was going to be like, well, yeah, water does that.
No, it's just a passive insult to MrGablin and his short size. How does MrGablin respond? I think Von Raptor died.
Sorry, Discord
It was too
issues.
sick of a burn.
It's just too sick of a burn.
Mild Discord issues. Or
Right,
internet
okay.
connectivity issues, one of the two.
No worries. Did you hear what Bjerga said?
Something about going for a swim.
Yeah, he would say, as MrGablin said it makes things grow, Bjerga said maybe you should get in, basically.
I attempt to push Bjerga in.
Oh, fantastic! Give me an athletics roll, MrGablin, and then Bjerga, give me a strength save. MrGablin, you push your hands against Bjerga, and it's like pushing a cliff. So how does Bjerga react to an attempted push into the water?
I try to shove him in.
All right, cool. With that strength check, yeah, I'm just gonna say you just essentially do a fancy spin, grab him, and launch MrGablin into the glowing green water. MrGablin, you suddenly feel charged with natural energy. And what this has done, as you absorb it, being a druid, I'm going to give you a 1d6 to your next magic roll of your choice.
Okay, I will put that in a note somewhere.
And then, if at any point you submerge yourself, you notice that this is only a thin layer at the top, and the underneath it is just murky swamp water. So this is just a top coating. It's not the entire lake.
Okay, so I was right. It is an algae.
It is just water.
If MrGablin wants to say this is algae, then yes, he can say it's algae.
Just magic algae.
It's magic algae. Okay.
The water's underneath.
So MrGablin
I dunk my head.
Sorry?
I dunk my head in to look.
You dunk. Yep. You dunk your head. You do feel the tingling sensation of magic against your scales, but it doesn't seem to have the same effect on you as it did on MrGablin. What you do see, however, as you dunk your head in to look, is you can see this, just through the murk, this silhouette of a slanted but giant pyramid. Further
There's
off into the
something
center of the
big.
lake. Sorry, yeah, he says that.
What did he say?
There's something big.
Yes, poking out.
So it's not a portal. Okay.
It's not a leaf.
What do we? What?
Sadness.
What? What do we do about it? It's-
we look.
It's shiny.
It's shiny and there's a thing. We should look at the thing.
Giblig is tired of indecision. He will go to the crooked pyramid
So
of leaf.
Giblig is diving in and going for swimming towards the pyramid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Burger shrugs and jumps in after.
Okay. So the two Azerothian Murlocs can hold their breath underwater for an hour. Keep that in mind. And deep sea Murlocs can do it indefinitely. Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So as you guys are swimming deeper and deeper into this thick, murky water, it only grows thicker. But Murglon, you feel a incredibly strong connection to this place. These new powers. So right, let's ask a quick question then. Before Murglon went through this ritual with Glubdan and was transported to wherever he is now, what was Murglon beforehand? Because he wasn't a druid. He might have been a magical Murloc, but he wasn't quite a druid.
He tended to kelp forests.
He tended to kelp forests.
He was basically everything that a druid would have been if not a druid.
So did Murglon not have magic at all before the ritual?
He might have had a little,
Okay.
but like, it was mostly around the maintaining of underwater plants.
So as you're swimming deeper and deeper in this, you have the same kind of connection to this place that you would with your kelp farms. You feel that same amount of comfort and safety that you would have had when you were back when you were just a simple kelp farmer and not the envoy of the tide. Okay. So just for reference as well, you guys can communicate while underwater. It doesn't have to make sense. It's D&D. Yeah, pretty much. But Bjerga, on the other hand, as you draw closer and closer to this temple, you can feel this bad feeling in your stomach. I'm trying to like articulate it in a way that a Murloc would feel it. Yeah, it does not feel right, does this place? It feels almost like death. And Wormgull and Giblig
Very weird.
is a big pyramid underwater. Isn't that weird?
That's really weird that it feels like life to one person and death to another, but
Yeah.
it's a shiny pyramid.
It is a shiny pyramid that you can, even from here, you can see flecks of gold in its architecture.
And it's clearly
Something
important.
bad down here.
No, something good down here.
I'm still going.
Giblig's still right.
I just want the gold.
I'll stay with them, but I'm gonna start hanging a little bit further back from them and be nervously looking around.
Okay, no problem. So you guys get to the entrance to the pyramid, which is oddly at the top. So it's unclear if this pyramid was always supposed to be submerged, or you were just supposed to walk up all these stairs to get in. But it's like the top is like essentially a stone pagoda. So it's like 4 pillars, a roof, and then just stairways downwards into the pyramid. So you guys reach the entrance to this pyramid, and again, Bjerga, you get this thrumming sense throughout your body that there's something tainted about this place, and that feeling is sort of directed downward, towards the center of the pyramid. And Murglon, you get the same feeling that you've gotten already, but stronger, but it's directed upward to the surface of the water.
Okay.
And do you guys venture into the pyramid, or do you stand on the top bit that is not submerged in water? Do you just float around the outside and try and pull off the pieces of gold?
We should go to the top.
I
Get the best
look
view.
down
right?
inside of it.
You look down inside.
It's water. We don't have to stand at the top to look at it. We can just float slightly away from it. I'm the idiot. Water be no work do.
You can still articulate sentences if you want. You don't have to feel limited.
Okay. I guess I go inside.
All right. So before you do that, I will explain what Bjerga sees. What you see when you look inside is this. It's immediately clear that this is some sort of tomb. Like there are sarcophagi lined up against the walls. And then obviously from your vantage point you can only see that entrance bit. That even in the entrance there are sarcophagi.
Are they human size or?
They're bigger than Murloc. You'd have to get up close to really see how big they are. But as Giblig valiantly swims deeper into the temple, you notice that they're definitely a lot bigger than Murloc.
Big dead things.
How far does Giblig swim without the party?
I get like to the entrance where you can, reasonably seen that any further I would be in the temple.
Okay.
Before I
Michael,
stop.
were you about to say anything?
I do think she's trying to get some of the gold off the side.
All right, cool. Give me a what check should I make for this? I mean, sleight of hand's too obvious because you're not trying to trick the pyramid. You're not like, look over there, yoink. Although I love that idea. That is, just give me a strength check, or an athletics. Actually, let's go with athletics. 8.
I don't think I'm succeeding, huh?
You managed to pull out a chunk of gold about the size of a human eye. Funnily enough, you pulled it out of a relief in the side of the pyramid that looks like a skull. And you pulled it out from one of the eye sockets. That's what you managed to... Everything else is, like, really hard, fast stuck there.
I think then she's gonna swim up to the top and be like, look, shiny treasure!
I mean, treasure's good, but, the algae's more important.
And I look down and say dead things. Bad place.
The water gets warmer over here, so I'm still going to go.
I don't know much about the leaf water, the magic, but
The leaf portal.
how can you forget about the shinies?
Shinies don't make things grow.
Are there any shinies near us at the top?
There's flecks of shinies in the sarcophagi inside. So there's visible gold or jewels in the on the sarcophagi, I should say.
Those are dangerous shinies.
I just noticed Rhythm Bot turned off.
Oh yeah, it does that if it doesn't get command after a while.
What a bastard.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I'll get a different thing for it next time. Sorry,
I
so
think
yeah.
Wormgle's gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think Wormgle's gonna say. So, you say it's bad, dead place, and we're going in.
It's only bad downwards. It's fine upwards.
Giblig has disappeared. Giblig has swam beyond line of sight at this point.
Am I screaming yet?
No?
Good.
I'll tell you what you see in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Huh.
Did you swim towards the bad?
He swam downwards into the pyramid beyond the first set of stairways down, so you can't actually.
Oh,
all you know is he swam. Sorry, go ahead.
Is he the one that thinks it's good? I'm having trouble keeping track of our own names.
Murglon thinks the algae at the top is good. Bjerger thinks down bad.
And Giblig just went in. Anyway.
Giblig is just bored of people talking and has gone into the temple. Right, if there's indecision, that's absolutely fine. What I will do is I will describe what Giblig sees, so then you guys can decide from there. So, Giblig, you swim quite with just curiosity, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you swim a lot further down than you initially realize, and you find yourself in this very, very large amphitheater of the pyramid. This, from what you can tell, probably takes up most of the pyramid. Is this massive open space, and it has different levels going upwards that from here you can't tell if they're just like sort of supposed to be like gangways, like walkways, or if they're viewing platforms. The reason why you think they might be viewing platforms is because they're in the center of this room is a vast skeleton that is held in place in the water by huge chains that clearly bound this thing when it was alive by its 4 feet. It has a long tail, a huge head with a crest, and vast wings that have actually been chained down as well. So this thing could not move at all when it was chained and it was alive. And you can see that same glowy green water slightly emanating from the skeleton. So it's actually coming from the bones of this creature.
Can I follow the trail of green stuff to the bones?
To the bones? Well, you could just swim towards them because you're there.
Yeah, I'm just following the thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you draw closer, you get the tingly sensation of, ooh, magic nearby, but as a non-magical Murloc yourself, it's just a sort of, ooh, tingle, tingle. Just one of this thing's bones is like wider than you are. This creature is vast. And you can see that there's actually still little chunks of flesh and calcified muscle connected to the bones, and that's what's leaking, essentially, this green fluid.
Huh.
So it's not the bones themselves, it's actually these little pockets of dead flesh.
Gross.
Yummy.
That's nasty.
Dead flesh makes life magic. Huh.
I want to take a nibble.
Right, okay. So, God, John, I love doing RPs with you, man, because you just do the craziest shit. Remember when you fought a werewolf? That was a good time.
I ate the werewolf.
You ate a werewolf. Yeah, in Vampire the Masquerade, John made the decision to bite and drink the blood of a werewolf.
All the cool
Shit.
kids were doing it.
All the cool
Did it
kids were
make
doing it.
him? Did it make him a werevampire?
Infuriating.
Yeah, Lucy was not happy about it. We didn't get a chance to find out what it did because we're going to be starting another Vampire the Masquerade campaign soon with the same people. But yeah, there was going to be all kinds of crazy consequences because John is just fucking... He's an FPS player. That's the only way I can describe how he roleplays. He is an FPS player. He's just like, I'm fucking going!
This button.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
He's like, I'm getting in the car. I'm leaving. And he said, fine.
Yeah, he wanted to eat the werewolf.
I just wanted a snack.
Okay, so give me a athletics check. So go to your character sheet, select your skills, and then boom, 19. Yep. So this thing, you're a strong Murloc. You swim near it, and it just kind of snaps off, which is not something normally you'd want something you're about to eat to do. But yeah, you give it a nibble, and for this brief second, you're in this lush, beautiful, green, jungle-like forest swamp. It's everything that it could be, and all at the same time, and there's these strange creatures wandering around, and it's just so beautifully green. And then, boop, you're back in the amphitheater with a chunk of rotten flesh in your hand.
Oh.
And this is for
Mildly
like 2
disturbing.
seconds that it happened.
Right. Okay, so it's not something I can just brush off as that was weird. It was sort of, that happened.
I mean, it still sounds pretty weird.
Yeah, but I'm an idiot. So if that happens and it's like in the time span of a blink, I may very well just not register that it happened at all. But if it's like a full 2 seconds, no, I'm going to notice that. I don't think anyone would not notice that. That's something I can't really ignore or just
We've also
write off.
We've also deduced you
John,
are
the
kind of
LSD
loopy
diet.
because you think your spear can understand you. So
The spear can understand me. It just can't understand anyone else.
okay. But yeah, so that happens.
Can you understand your spear?
Sometimes, but I don't like to talk about it.
Oh, okay. I won't pry.
Is it? Can I? What's at like the top of this cage?
The entrance to the pyramid.
Okay, so I just came down from the top and it's in the center.
Well, you came down from several stairways, and then those stairways open out to large gangways that lead off to corridors. But obviously, because it's underwater and you can swim very well, you didn't need to use the gangway, so you just swam outward into this open amphitheater.
Okay. Do I have a bag? I don't think I do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, sweet. Can I put some of the flesh in my bag?
Of course you can.
Sweet. And
So,
then
in your inventory, put 1 hunk of dead monster flesh.
1 hunk dead monster flesh.
The only thing that's interesting for me is I know there's 2 people in here that know WoW lore to some degree, so I'm just really curious what's going through their heads. But yeah, that is what happens. So Ghibli puts a hunk of dead monster flesh in his bag. What does
Can
he do
you
after that?
describe what the monster looks like to me again? Because I feel like my brain didn't
It
absorb
is
it all.
a vast quadrupedal creature with a long tail, wings, and a large
okay.
crested head.
I was pretty sure it was a dragon, but
Okay. So Ghibli, what you do now?
I want to go look at the gangways, see if there's anything interesting over there.
That would be a significant distance. So
Oh.
no, that's fine. But while you're doing it, we're going to go back to the
Okay.
the 3 stooges at the top, discussing what they're going to do.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was 3 of us to start. There was more than 3 of us to start with, so we should find where the missing one's gone.
He went in. We should follow him. Don't let him die down there.
Into the dead place?
It's not safe, but we can't let him die down there.
If it's not safe for us, then it won't be safe for them. So find them, get them out, find somewhere to set up a proper camp.
Okay, so yep, you guys venture in and you go out into this amphitheater and witness the same thing that Giblig did when he entered the amphitheater. This massive creature that's chained down, floating just in the center of this vast room, and the bones are emanating this green fluid from the distance that you're seeing. But if any of you do get closer to it, you then see that it is, in fact, the flesh that is releasing this green glow.
From death comes new life. But yes, I definitely see why this is a bad place, and we should definitely find Griblig and get out of here.
What are the humans doing with this? Did they kill it?
I think this place was around long before the humans. Like, this place looks old.
Give me a history check, Murglon. 12, okay. Yeah, you can tell by what limited knowledge you have of human...
Village we saw does not look as old as this. Therefore, this must be older.
Exactly.
If I look around, do I see Griblig anywhere? Or
yeah, he's swimming over there.
Do I see any of the green stuff coming out of his pack?
I'm going to say yes, because that's way more interesting.
Am I smart enough to put 2 and 2 together there?
That is completely up to you. Because of this ritual, you have been granted more intelligence than the average Murloc. Magical Murlocs tend to be smarter anyway, so it is up to you how smart Björge is, obviously. The one thing I will say is, don't feel forced to roleplay completely stupid. You know, just roleplay what you think your Murloc would be like in this situation. If that means they're super smart, then that's absolutely fine with me. I'm not gonna I've forgotten the word, but I'm not gonna get annoyed at that kind of RP. You know, I reward good RP regardless of the quote unquote rules. That's why I rewarded fucking J-Shay with the fucking inspiration for Leaf Paw, because it was so good. But yeah, just roleplay how you want to be.
I'd go down and probably sniff the green stuff, since I saw Griblig floating around with apparently some of it in his backpack.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the green stuff smells fine, like different magic is what it smells like. The flesh itself, though, smells cursed.
Something's wrong.
Like the opposite of your magic. Whatever this new magic... Actually, yeah, we'll ask that question for you. Before the ritual, was Björge magical then? Was he a shaman back then?
He was learning to be a shaman.
Okay, so you have a...
He was a medicine...
Yeah, a medicine man.
Yeah.
You have a minor connection to natural magic, but since this ritual, you seem to have developed a new type of magic that seems like only your clan knew how to do this magic. And the flesh smells like the opposite magic.
This flesh is causing the death feeling. I just tell that to them. I don't know if Griblig would be close enough to hear or care.
Nah, Griblig is already, like, investigating a mural on the side of the wall.
It's a very pretty mural.
Do you know, roll a d20 for me.
Okay, I'm not so sure I like where this is going.
Griblig comprehends that it is a very pretty mural.
Oh, I do. It's a very pretty mural.
It's like, oh wow, that's I love the molding there and the slight carves. We found that Griblig has a secret love for architecture, apparently.
Griblig has a degree in fine arts.
Do you know he does? He does.
I've decided I'm not going to go with the idiot. I'm going to go with the
Crazy.
No, I'm going to go with Skullhammer.
I was gonna say straight Malkavian, maybe.
No. Every problem is a nail, and my face is the hammer.
I love it. That's
I'm gonna try just prying off a piece of the flesh. I'm not gonna try to eat it or anything. I'm just gonna pry it off.
Give me a strength check. Or an
This is gonna
athletics
go
check,
badly.
sorry.
That's gonna go even worse. Oh.
So you said pry it off. Do you use your hands or do you use a tool?
Oh, I use my hands.
You use your hands. Yep. It snaps off. And it feels weird to touch because it's this weird contrast between a natural type of magic and this dead magic at the same time.
Does it look like the green stuff is causing it, like the green coming off of it is causing it to dissolve, or is it?
It looks like... give me a medicine check. Is medicine a check in this?
Yes, it is.
Give me a medicine check. Okay, so the green stuff was this thing's blood.
Okay, so it's coming out of it, not
Yeah.
depriving it of existence.
Yeah, one is not a counter to the other. One is simply a byproduct of the other, essentially. Like, this thing has died, thus its blood has come out, and it is coming out as this green stuff.
Trying to think what else. If I squish the meat, does it cause it to spray out?
The meat is mostly calcified, but yeah, if you like squeezed it and crushed it in your hands, then a burst of this green stuff would come out and then dissipate off upwards.
Okay. Shall we get him and leave?
Yes, we should.
I would like to leave.
Okay, yep, so you guys swim over to where Griblig is, admiring this mural. So, does anyone stop to look at the mural, or is it, no, bad place, let's leave?
Bad place, let's leave.
Bad place, let's leave, but I still have the crunched up piece of meat on me.
Okay. So you guys just grab Giblig, and it's like, we're out.
I think Wormgirl might get distracted by the mural. She does not want to look at the big creature, so she's looking at anything else.
Okay. In that case, give me a insight check. Wow, damn, okay. So this... You only get a brief look at this mural, but it seems like Wormgirl might have developed a photographic memory at this point. Because once you get to the shore of the lake and have a moment to stop and think, you realize that, or you look back and think about the mural and think of what it looked like, and what you saw was this huge winged serpent, like a snake with wings, and these tall pointy-eared creatures with tusks worshipping it. The only thing that you could see that was odd, you might suppose, is that this creature in the mural was not the creature that it does not resemble the creature tied down in the amphitheater.
Is it similar in any way?
It's similar in the the fact that it was clearly like some kind of lizard creature, and the head was sort of a similar shape, but this thing's wings were feathered and not bony.
Okay. So they look like they might be related, but maybe not.
Possibly, yeah. And Giblig, you would have also, because you had a lot more time to look at the mural, you would have also seen this.
I am a entrepreneur of art. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I'm one.
That would mean you're an art dealer.
Well, that's what Giblig thinks he is.
Yes, I've settled it. I'm an art dealer now. It's been my lifelong dream for the last 20 seconds.
That's the longest lifelong dream Giblig's ever had.
He was not blessed with intelligence.
He was blessed with dreams. So many dreams.
Did they say they just grabbed me and like dragging me out?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I just got along with it then.
So I guess Wormgul's gonna explain what she saw in the mural and be like, more big creatures. Lots of them, maybe. I don't know. At least one more. They were being worshipped, so the fact that these guys killed one is probably a big deal, and maybe they will kill us.
They all look pretty dead in there to me.
Maybe they're gone?
Seems like it.
You can
Fine for
tell
us, now.
again, like you can tell from the mural, that it was different creatures to humans at the very least.
Humans killed dragon, or not dragon. She doesn't say dragon. She doesn't know what a dragon is. Humans killed big lizard, maybe. Other things really liked big lizard. That seems bad. That's my report.
Okay, yeah, brilliant.
How are we actually going to get any of this information back? I don't remember
know.
him telling us how to get home.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was my thought too.
Oh.
Maybe green
if
water make green portal?
No, I think green water have nothing to do with being portal.
Maybe if we go back there and jump, it'll come back. Maybe if we go back there and yell for him, he'll bring us back?
Maybe it'll come back in a few days.
Maybe we not go back anywhere because we never.
We never left, is what he said before it cut out, just for reference.
Right.
Oh, okay. I did not realize it cut out.
It's all right. So is Giblig suggesting that this is sort of an Inception thing?
Well, I mean, yeah, because like we went through weird portal thing, and now we're here, and I now know that other things can do that because Munchie Meat made me go to strange forest place.
Are you saying this in character, by the way?
I have no idea how Giblib talks, so I guess yes.
Well, yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to come up with a voice. That's fine. I'm just checking.
Oh no, I'm trying to.
I'm checking if you're saying it to your players or if you're saying it to me. Is what
I was saying it to the players because I assumed this whole interaction was in character.
Okay.
I look at the meat and I look at him and say, "You eat rotten meat?"
Me eat best meat. Good stuff. Do you want to try it?
I look at the piece I'm holding suspiciously and take the tiniest of bites.
Yeah, tastes like death. Blah, rotten.
It's like poison to me.
You just don't appreciate good things. You don't know what good food is. You. I'm trying to think of what a Murloc racial slur would be.
I don't know. You'll have to come up with them yourself.
You gripe.
There you go. Gripe.
You straight toothed.
You
finless.
You know, webbed tree liver.
My webs are perfectly adequate. You short-spined. No, that's too close to an actual one.
I mean, I could call him a dim bulb because I have a shiny thing and he doesn't.
You could call him.
That's a good one.
All right, so
I spit out the piece of meat.
There you go. Yeah, Bjerge tried the meat. It tastes like death, rotten, blah blah blah.
Good enough excuse for me. Not going to touch the stuff.
All right, so I'm just going to skip ahead a wee bit then, unless anyone had anything pressing they wanted to say.
No.
Okay. Everyone else?
I'll still keep the piece of meat, but
yeah,
I'm not
fine.
gonna.
Okay, so you've come to realize a few things. The first is that you have no discernible way to contact the Tide and Glubdan and to report on your mission. You have found this strange temple. You found strange new creatures that seem reasonably prevalent on this new land, and you know there's a human settlement. And those are the things you have learned so far. So now you need to make a decision as a party what you're going to do next.
We should watch the humans.
We should probably not.
But don't we need info on them?
Well, I mean, don't we need somewhere to make sure where we can stay safe first?
Humans can't breathe in water. We can dive inside.
Yeah, but
it's safe enough.
Like, should we make sure that there is at least somewhere in this temple that we know is safe?
Wait, we're hiding in the Death Temple?
Well, the top half of it wasn't underwater, so
no, just a small amount of it. Just
right.
Like the top of the roof of the entrance was poking out.
Oh, right.
We should probably find somewhere longer term to camp out before. No, we should probably try and find a way home before we search for somewhere long term to camp out.
But what if we go back without the information that the boss wants? I don't think that's good.
I mean,
what if humans are our answer back? Answer to going back. Sorry. I got into caveman talk.
Murloc.
Addictive, isn't it?
I'm Murloc.
I just embrace the stutter. To be Wormgirl, all I do is make my voice a little higher and embrace the stutter.
That's cool. No worries. Right, so it seems like you guys are debating whether or not to go interact with the humans.
I wonder why they're near the temple.
I don't want them to see me. I don't want to do anything with them, but we were given a mission, and I think it'll be worse if we don't do it.
Are those people that were out fishing still within line of sight?
No, it seems like the humans keep a reasonable distance from this area. So do most of the animals.
I wonder why. Considering the druid smells life and I smell death.
I do want to try their food. I would like to go in and I would like to steal it for us because we deserve it more.
Prime Murloc reasoning there.
So there's no one on that little dock thing they were fishing on, though. So we could go investigate that.
I mean, surely it'd be nice to know somewhere safe that we can hide in case things go wrong first, you know, rather than just going up to a place that's probably dangerous.
If you went back to where you saw the humans, just to answer Bjerge's question, there would still be humans fishing there, but you are a decent bit northeast from that small human village at this point, and you just notice that around this lake, not many animals come to drink or anything like that, because obviously a lake like this would usually be a prime watering hole for most animal life, but instead everything, including the humans, gives this place a very wide berth.
I agree with find safe place first and then mess with the humans.
How
don't
far
get
are we
caught.
from the actual swampy area?
This is the swampy area.
Like the not corrupted swamp part, the not temple swamp.
The original swampy area?
Yeah.
How far are you from where you started? Pretty, like, a decent...
Pretty far.
Yeah, like a few hours journey at this point.
But we don't see any more of those little toothy guys.
If you were looking for them, you could probably spot one or two, like, you know, wandering about, because it is daytime now, so they are out hunting. Usually at the sides of rivers. But, yeah, it's not dense with fauna, is this area.
I'd like to try to get close enough not to, like, scare them off, but put the piece of meat down on a place where they're, like, normally going.
Okay.
Just on the ground.
Yeah, that's fine. Give me a... Oh, excuse me. Let's say a stealth check.
Terrible.
Okay. I have that. Okay. So, because you're moving slowly, the one that you've sort of essentially targeted for this, it notices you, and it'll like look up and see that you have something in your hand. It's clearly not like super intelligent, but it can look between you and your hand and stuff like that. So you just get close enough, put the meat down, and back away.
Yes.
Okay, yep. So you pop it down. The creature waits till you're quite a distance away before it moves in, but it sort of scuttles. That's the only way to describe it. Despite the fact that it is probably the size of a pony, it manages to scuttle along the ground with its icky little flippers. That's the sound it makes in my head. Just and it scoops up the meat and just chows down. For a little while, like a couple seconds, nothing happens, and then it just vomits this green liquid mixed with its own bile and bodily fluids. It just all of it, and then just stares at its own vomit for a bit, and then just scuttles off into the distance.
Mm-hmm. I look at Griblig and say, "You ate this?"
John?
I don't know.
Yes, you did. You ate that stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure what I want to do though.
How do you respond to Bjerge's question, is my point.
Do I have to?
You don't have to, but this isn't a Telltale game. Silence doesn't usually progress the plot.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. No, I didn't. I saw the forest thing. Or I just answered a completely different question.
Well, Bjerger asked, "Did you eat the flesh?" He
I
was
did.
confusedly asking you essentially why you ate this rotten meat that just made this sharky creature vomit and run off.
Oh, I wanted to.
There you go,
But you
Bjerger.
didn't get sick.
I did. I mean, I hadn't eaten in a while, and it was there, and it was edible. Only one way to find out if it was disgusting. So I did. Why didn't you?
I did. It made me sick.
Oh yeah, it did. Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty dope. I saw some crazy stuff. It was like doing, smoking the special brew around the fire, except there was no fire or special brew.
Do Murlocs have weed?
No,
I don't know.
They have special brew.
Yes.
Apparently.
They steal it. They
Why-
steal it from the Pandarans and then swim
No,
deep
but-
underwater.
But you said you called it smoking the special brew. Why are you smoking a drink?
Because he's a Murloc. He doesn't know how to do drugs.
Oh.
I don't know anything about Warcraft lore. I'm making most of this up as I go along.
It's absolutely
Um,
fine.
Thank you. I know there is special brew in WoW, so I just used that. Yeah, it was like doing copious amounts of drugs with all of my mates, except no drugs. And-
Maybe. Trying to think.
That's cool. Wormgle and Murglon, if you have anything to interject with this, you are more than welcome to.
No, I'm just confused about what they're about what they're attempting to talk about.
Well, you witnessed the
It's clearly not good to
Yeah.
eat.
Exactly, yeah. You witnessed that.
But we know Griblig ate a piece.
He ate a piece, yeah, and he says he saw wacky visions.
So it's clearly not good to eat.
I thought it was delicious.
Maybe it's not good for magic users.
Maybe
gonna-
it's not good to eat and they hit their head on something. That seems more plausible than eating something that gives you visions.
I'm gonna prove it's good to eat, and I'm gonna take another bite.
Okay. Yeah, Ghibli takes a bite, and his eyes glaze over for about 2 seconds, and then he pops back and is like, "Yep." He saw it again.
Yeah, clearly not good to eat if it makes you do that.
Well, I'm also not dead.
I have been taught that we don't eat meat once it's rotten, and I think that's a good rule to live by. I don't know what you do in your tribe. I'm not doing that.
We mostly sit on the beach and argue over fish.
I mean, I'm part catfish. I eat rotten stuff normally.
You're part catfish?
Well, I
He's got the catfish whiskers as well as his deep Murloc appearance.
Man, your parents must have been a funky union.
a little bit of a fishy love there.
It was an awkward shotgun wedding.
Well, I mean, it's not
They took
done
they took getting catfished literally.
It didn't do me any damage. I'm fine. Just mild hallucinations. Well, not mild.
I was gonna say I love the use of the word mild there.
Well, I mean,
so what have we learned? There is a creature that is leaking, and if you eat it, it's fine. If anything else eat it, they get very sick.
well, I mean, you two haven't eaten it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
No,
I don't
nope,
intend
no.
to.
You should try
gonna do
it.
that.
It's
No.
really good.
No.
Well, I mean, you've one of three things is going to happen. You're going to not like it. You're going to vomit, or you're going to hallucinate for 2 seconds.
Two out of 3 things that have eaten it have said it's bad. That's enough.
Maybe I'm just better than them. No offense.
So, where should we hide?
Well, we don't know. We haven't booked anywhere to hide yet.
Does
We
it look
need
like
to
there's
find-
any thick masses of trees or anything near the human?
Yeah, even by the human villages, the foliage is still really dense. So you could very easily like hide in the thick branches of the trees. I don't know why I said it like that. The thick branches, and observe the human settlement from a distance if you wanted.
See, that would be
Tree
much
frog
better than
time.
going up to them.
Yeah, let's be tree frogs.
Tree
Ribbit.
frogs. All right, is that agreed upon by the party?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we are approaching the end of our 3 hours, so we'll just go a little bit longer, and then we'll be done. Okay, so you guys are making yourselves a little, essentially, campsite in one of the thick trees, near enough to the human settlement to observe them, correct?
Yep.
All right. Can I get a survival roll from everyone, please? Fantastic. So yeah, you guys are not particularly adept at climbing trees, but you know, with a bit of doing and a bit of caution, you managed to do it without getting noticed by the humans at all. So what is it you guys are looking for when you're observing the humans? What do you want to know?
Do they wander in and out of the village at all?
Do they leave the village? Yes.
Yeah, like are there people like traveling off other places?
For the most part, anyone you see that leaves is leaving with some kind of fishing or hunting equipment. The only times you see people leave with anything like small carts or anything like that is to the west. There seems to be this one barely a road, dirt road that leads west.
Do we see any like symbols that seem like they mean anything?
Yeah,
There-
like any like religious activity.
Right, so I just want to confirm, is that what you're asking as well, Al, or are you asking for like
Yes,
signs?
yes.
Right, okay. No, there's no like small chapel or anything like that. This is just a very simple, small village that seems to mostly be based around fishing and a little bit of hunting.
Is there
Are
like
all-
a chief hut?
There's one house that's bigger than the others, yeah.
Are all the buildings houses? Or is there like a mysterious building that we can't figure out what it's for that might be evil?
No, there is one building that does seem to be like communal. But beyond that, all you can see is that what tends to happen, if you've been observing these guys for like a day, you'll see people leave with like hunting equipment or fishing equipment. Then they'll come back, they'll go into one building, come back out without their hunting and fishing equipment, then go to this communal building and stay in there for a while, and then probably come out a bit wobbly.
They're giving them the wobbles in there.
Wobble juice. We
I
used
don't
to
know
call
what
it.
that means. Carry on.
They're smoking the drink.
Yes, they're smoking the drink,
They're smoking
having
the
the
drink.
wobble juice. What do can I smell stuff? Obviously, yes, but can I smell specifically stuff in there?
Can you smell something other than our fishy BO?
Yeah. Yeah, you can smell like roasting meat. The faint smell of special brew.
Oh, they must be smoking some good stuff.
and then just this sort of, you can hear obviously like communal mirth and reverie.
Okay.
They don't seem to be too concerned about the temple. Just avoid it. Right?
Yeah,
Have we seen any? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Have we seen any signs that this settlement has like a small militia or anything?
There's a couple guards, but they seem to be like more voluntary than organized.
So they probably wouldn't have a lot of things to kill us with, except hunting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them, and there's 4 of us.
True. We can each take 10 of them, right?
Do we see any people who are like kind of off on their own that we could possibly interact with that aren't part of the main?
Yeah, I'll say that just slightly back towards the temple, there's this one like sort of fishing pier essentially that's just got the one guy.
I guess we have to go talk to them.
Yeah.
You guys can do whatever you want. You're on a whole new continent. If you wanted to hire a fucking blimp and disappear into the sky, you could do that. This game is your game.
We either talk to them or we go west and find even more people.
I think at least going west so we know what's around. Like, I mean, what if this is just a small village and then there's a big place with lots of army over to the west? That would be a problem.
I think we should try to interact with the one fisherman first, and if it goes badly, then we can just leave, and that fisherman will probably be told he's crazy by the rest of the village.
Especially if we get him to eat Griblig's meat.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
We have food.
So there is your suggestion. Does the party agree?
Do we recognize, like, if we're close enough to hear them having mirth, do we recognize their language?
Oddly enough, they seem to be speaking Murloc.
This is unheard of.
Those are some guttural humans.
Well, they're speaking the same language as you. You can understand them, is basically the point I'm making.
Okay.
Can we make out exactly what they're saying?
No.
Are we speaking Murloc?
It's just general conversations. There's nothing like specific that stands out or any like direct sentences like, wow, those weird fish people in the trees are really strange. No, it's just general hubbub that you can tell is roughly the same language as you're speaking. Or at the very least, you can understand what they're saying.
I guess approaching the fisherman is our start.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
Because it's just one of him, so we can run
Or kill him
and take his stuff.
I'm gonna approach him with in like a non-threatening manner with like my hands up.
I'm going to remain in cover just in case.
Okay. Murglon, give me a stealth check.
Yep.
You managed to expertly hide the glowing orb on your head and, remain in cover in a bush. What are Giblig and Wormgle doing? Well,
I'm also gonna hide.
Okay, give me stealth. Okay. And Giblig?
Well, we have decided to talk to the thing. So I am just going to wander straight up to him and start talking to him.
Okay, brilliant. So, Björge, yep, you're taking the cautious approach, and then you just see Gibbling walk right past you and essentially just tap the human on the leg. And the human turns around and just, bah! And accidentally, like, throws his fishing rod into the river.
I say hello. Hello.
Holy, by the light, a talking fish!
I'm not a fish. I'm
We're Murloc.
A what
Yes.
lock?
Murloc.
What in the light is a Murloc?
One of me.
Well, what do you want?
I
Where
can't
are
remember
we?
what. Yes, that's a good place to start.
Where are you? You're just outside of Stoneheart in the Black Morass.
Okay. Can you be more specific than that?
You're on my fishing pier outside of Stoneheart in the Black Morass?
Okay.
What is that temple over there?
Oh, we don't go near there. That's the Pool of Tears. We just stay away from there.
Pool of Tears?
Yeah. Legend has it that a green dragon cried over the death of one of its loved ones, and the pools of his tears made the Pool of Tears.
Huh. So why don't you go there?
Would you want to go somewhere where apparently a dragon died?
What? Do you know what killed it?
Well, they say that the temple was built to cage its loved one, and that these evil trolls worshipped a blood god, and they sacrificed the dragon in hopes of bringing the blood god back.
Yeah. Did they succeed?
I don't know. It's just a story.
But if it's just a story, why do you never go there?
'Cause it's spooky.
Okay. No,
I like how nobody has asked yet, what's a dragon?
Yeah, there you go. That's also
Oh,
true.
I
Do
mean,
we
I
not
just
know
kind of assumed it was the giant thing in the.
I kind of assumed I knew what dragons were.
You have a vague recollection, because obviously Glubdan, you vaguely remember Glubdan mentioning bronze dragons, but you don't know in what context or why, and the memory's really foggy.
Are there only humans in the Black Morass?
I mean, there's a couple dwarves that live in Rockard. They help with the smithing and whatnot, and I've seen a gnome or two. Why?
Just
We're new
Curious.
here. We're still learning.
Well, where in Azeroth are you from?
I point
Um,
towards the ocean.
I point in a different direction, just back the way we were walking from.
Fucking Ghibli takes the literal definition. Where were you just now?
Where were you 5 seconds ago?
Well, you look like you come from the ocean. What do you want?
That's a
We
good
were
question.
sent here to learn.
Learn what?
What the Black Morass is.
Black morass. It's just a swamp, not far from Stormwind. That's all it is. There's only two settlements in here. There's Rockard and Stoneheart.
Would I know Stormwind?
Nope. Again, it's one of those, it sounds vaguely familiar, but you can't place it kind of thing. I mean, there's that big spooky mage tower in between, Camazam, Shamalam, Carafran.
Got it. Shazam.
Shazam, yeah.
What's the nearest big town?
Big town. I guess you could go to Grand Hamlet on the way to Stormwind. You got Goldshire. That's a bigger place than this. And then anything above that, you're going to Dunmoreau. You're going to Dwarflands. Or you could go south where those dirty jungle trolls live.
Okay. Do you have anything you need help with?
What do you mean? You like adventuring sorts or something?
I guess so.
We are on one.
Yes.
What better way to learn than to wander around helping?
Exactly. This is a feel-good adventure.
Well, I mean, there's
Out of character. We totally look like feel-good people.
definitely. I heard that a couple people have gone missing, and they got lost in the swamp and never come back. But then some people say that there's something living out in the swamp that's controlling them with their mind fungus.
Mind fungus.
It's this crazy creature that people say they've seen. Most people say they're crazy and that hunters die in the swamp all the time. You know, crocolisks and whatnot get them, and those big sharp teeth things that showed up a couple years back.
Oh, they've only been here for a couple of years.
Yeah. It was a real shock for a lot of people when these big monsters showed up, but then, you know, like people started getting paid to hunt them and whatnot.
Do we have a concept of money?
You have a concept of trade. Not necessarily like currency.
We live in a barter system, not capitalism.
There you go. You're all dirty commies.
Okay. I have one last question.
Sure, go ahead, friend.
Have you seen anything that looks like, I don't know, a floating green puddle?
What, other than the Pool of Tears?
Yeah, it's sort of just floating in midair. It looks like just a puddle that's sort of painted onto the sky.
Between you and me, I heard at the tavern last night that Tommy, he was down in the south of the swamp, past where hunters are supposed to go, and he said that he saw some frog people jump out of the ground and then wander off.
Frog people. Interesting.
Yeah, like big ugly frogs, and they popped out, and two of them were glowing.
Oh.
I look at my little glowy bob.
Clearly, it's not us because we're fish people. That's totally different.
Clearly, yes.
But Tommy's a drunk. He always telling crazy tales, so no one believes him.
Where is this tavern?
It's just back in town. It's the big building with two doors. They're always open.
Okay. Could you show us the way? Because I'm worried about, well,
People hitting before asking.
yes, being beaten I'm allergic to fists.
Oh no, Stonard's a friendly place. I'll introduce you. Name's Nat Pagel. And he holds out his hand to shake.
I sort of just lick it.
Nat Pagel
Giblig.
looks Giblig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Gary.
Okay. Deeply offensive, but I will take it.
What about you?
I reach out my hand kind of cautiously. Björger.
Burger. Okay, brilliant. That's good. And it is so if y'all just follow me, and we'll go to the tavern, and I'll buy you an ale.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Tommy, you said.
What?
The drunk. You said his name was Tommy, right? The drunk.
Yeah, Tommy's. Well, there's always drunks in the tavern. That's what taverns are for. But Tommy's got a bit of a reputation. You know what I mean? Okay, Nat Pagel starts leading Giblig or Gary and Burger towards the town.
Wormgole's gonna like trail behind.
Okay, and Murglon?
I was thinking maybe set up a campsite place for later, but seeing as they're being welcomed into the town, I'm going to very cautiously follow behind.
Yeah, you guys didn't hear most of the conversation, but it sounded friendly. So
Yeah.
Okay. So so you guys are still going to remain stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to keep the stealth checks from previous roll, and just carry on. Okay. And like
Oh
I
my
said,
god, are we gonna get Murlocs as part of the alliance? Is that what this is gonna end up being?
Well, it depends on which side of history you end up landing, doesn't it? So
Because I get the feeling that I get the feeling that Glubdan isn't wanting us to make friends with them, but you know, it's happening anyway.
It's completely, like I said, it's completely up to you. So yeah, and Nat Pagel guides you into Stonard. What do Murglon and Wormgle do once it gets to like the edge of town? Do you just climb back into the tree?
Murglon is going to, yeah.
All right, okay. And Wormgle?
Yeah, she doesn't want to go in alone, so I guess she'll also go back in the tree.
Okay, cool. So, as far as you guys are aware, Nat Pagel leads your two Murloc friends into this building that you heard is now, like, Nat Pagel's still, like, talking real friendly, like, he's just like, my mama used to own this tavern, but then she lost it in a game, you know. So he's just chatting away. So you know it's called a tavern, right?
Okay.
But yeah, Björga and Giblig, you guys walk into the tavern, and it's warm, like substantially warmer than outside in the swamp. There's a fair few people milling around, very clearly not just these humies that you've met. There seems to be quite a like short and stout bloke with a long bushy beard sat at the tavern, and there's even off in the corner a similarly sized green person with long pointy ears, and he's just sat off in the corner on his own. Yeah, and you guys are brought into the tavern. Obviously, it's like the equivalent of an Azerothian record scratch. Everyone just turns to look at you. But Nat Pagel obviously is like, well, howdy, this is my new friends, Gary and Burger. They're from the ocean. And he does this little like hand wave, you know, like SpongeBob with imagination. He does that. They're from the ocean, see? And they're here to make friends and learn. So how about we show them some good Stonard hospitality and get these boys a drink on me. And then the very, very large and muscular barkeep just kind of goes, That's it. That he just makes a grumble and then pops 3 ales on the bar. These mugs are about the size of your head. And they're filled with this sort of bitter smelling golden yellowy liquid. Just for reference, Murloc piss is not yellow, so it does not look like piss.
Out of curiosity, what is Murloc piss coloured?
Purple, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Duh! Have you not read The Biology of Murlocs, written by Charles Natwin?
I have not. No, and I never will.
Alright.
I'll take a sip of it.
I'm gonna. I mean, you guys know what beer tastes like, so I'm gonna leave it to you guys if you think your Murloc would like it or not. It's definitely
Mine probably
a strong,
wouldn't mind it.
You wouldn't mind it or wouldn't like it?
Wouldn't mind it.
Wouldn't mind it. Okay, and Giblig?
I'd probably quite like it.
I knew Giblig was just gonna end up being a raging alcoholic.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, Nat Bagel then sort of ushers you up to one of the tables. You guys sit on the stools and very, very quickly notice that these stools are not tall enough, and you are staring right at the wood of the end of the table. So
I'll just stand on the stool instead of sit on it.
Okay, yeah. It's very obvious that people are looking at you, but Nat Pagel seems like totally at ease. And he just looks at it. So how do you like it, friends? Tastes good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, what do you call it?
We call it ale.
While they're talking, I'm going to look around and see if anybody looks like they just got off of a rough hunt and were hurt or anything.
Okay. Give me an insight check. Okay, yeah. So you look off into a corner and you can see some pretty well geared up peoples, two of them, that are just covered in muck and bruises and scratches and a couple bad cuts and bandages, and they are just they look so much more substantially exhausted than any of the hunters and stuff. These guys aren't equipped to fight, kill deer and wolves and stuff. These guys are equipped to fight monsters.
I'll hop off the stool while they're talking and say, "Excuse me a minute," and I'll walk over to them.
Okay, yeah, so Nat Pago just talks your ear off, Giblig, about, gossip around the town. He just does not shut up.
I listen with enthralled intent.
Fantastic. Yeah, so the hunters have very clearly clocked you, Bjerga, from the moment you came into the tavern. They haven't been just staring at you, but they've noticed that you're coming over, and they just kind of wait, because they're not sure if you can actually talk or if you're just Nat Pagel's new pets. That he is trained to drink ale.
I'll say, "Let me help," and I'll cast Cure Wounds on the one that looks the most injured.
Okay, so yeah, you start casting your magic again. Azerothian record scratch. Everyone looks at you as you do this.
Oh my god, because to them that means you're using the light. Why does a Murloc? Why is this creature using the light?
There you go. Yeah, there is this record scratch is intense. It is a long, drawn-out silence where even the hunters are a bit like, "What the fuck?" And one of them just goes, "Thank you. That's most kind. Who are you?"
I am Bjerga. We're new here.
And so, what? Which Church of the Light are you with? Are you Stormwind or with the dwarves?
We are with the light of our home. I don't know what they would be called here.
The light of your home. Are you not from the Eastern Kingdoms? Are you not from Azeroth?
We're from the ocean.
From the ocean? I don't know if... Oh, so you're from Coltiris. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I know. I have a cousin who has a friend in Coltiris. Yeah. Good navy. Yeah.
What happened to you guys?
We were hunting a Zamtrios, and it got the best of us.
I look confused whenever they say Zamtrios. If they can actually tell that I'm confused.
Nope. You're a Murloc. You have no eyebrows. Your
I'm
ability
just all
to
of a sudden thinking Groucho Marx Murloc.
you have the ability to express emotions like a cow.
Moo.
Yeah, just moo. You're from the secret cow level. That's what it is.
I don't know what those are. Is it a new creature here?
Well, about 4 years ago, these new monsters showed up that are just bigger, more aggressive, more territorial. And we needed to act, so people learned to hunt them. You know, hunt them in groups, and try and just thin their numbers before they smashed any towns. They're usually okay if you leave them alone, but occasionally one will get angry and, well, a fully sized Zamtrios can eat more than our village eats in a week, in a day. So we need to cull their numbers or there will be no food for anyone else.
Do you know how they came here?
Nope. We assumed just like magic, you know. The wizards and Dalaran are always cooking something up.
Wizards.
You have
Sorry.
wizards.
So is Giblig already drunk? Is what I'm asking.
Yes,
Right. Okay.
I'm a Murloc, and I've drunk a pitcher of ale the size of my face. Yeah, I'm very drunk.
So Giblig.
I left mine sitting on the table, so you might as well drink that too.
Yeah, let's just say I have.
Giblig says, "Wizards," in the most Yorkshire way possible, apparently. Wizards. And then what?
I don't know. There was just silence, and it was awkward. So I just said, "Wizards."
So he doesn't say wizards ? He says wizards. Like Sean Bean, just angry about Gandalf.
I should probably...
Well, it's up to you. Bjerga had more to say, I think, as well. So it's up to you.
Burger can go.
Do they travel this far? I forget whether he said they were north or south. The things that they were fighting.
No, they mostly stay to the denser parts of the swamp. Really, in the south of Stoneard and Rockard. None have been seen further north than Rockard, but it's different. There's different types of these big creatures all over Azeroth now. You know, I've heard that in Westfall there's this big one with huge wings and like a club for a tail, and apparently that's really dangerous. So they seem to be adapting to the regions that they're in.
Do you guys need help with these around here, or do you have them handled?
Well, we could definitely help with. Could definitely use help with taking out the young ones. You guys don't look ready to take on the big one. The big one's tough. But the main reason we're having so much trouble is there's so many little ones that we can't get to the big one, or we're exhausted by the time we get there. I heard there's I mean, if you guys are looking for quests or something, there's a bog monster, apparently in the deep south. That's well, let me explain it this way. Sometimes we find Zamites with like a fungus growing on their head, and when we take it off, they act completely differently. And some wizard who passed by said that the bog monster was probably controlling him. So, I mean, maybe you guys could do that. I mean, looking around, it doesn't look like you have many friends. So, maybe if you took care of that and, you know, rescued some of their friends that went missing, maybe you'll be more welcome.
I accept this quest.
Give me a Constitution check.
Oh, okay.
You still say that. I just want a Constitution check.
Here we go.
Roll a
go.
D. Yeah, you go. You managed to stay standing.
Yes.
You are holding your liquor remarkably well for your size. It might be that Murlocs process ale way quicker, but you're already feeling that buzz fade. I mean, you don't accept it from me. Go talk to one of the mayors.
You have multiple mayors in. Wait, what's a mayor?
They like run the town.
Oh, okay. Oh, like big chief.
Yeah, like a big.
Do you know where we could find them?
Just go to the biggest house at the end of the street. That's them. He's the one that doles out quests to adventuring types like you.
Also, is there, as I'm walking away, I turn around and ask them. Also, is there anywhere around here where we could stay the night? Us and some friends.
Yeah, there's rooms here in the tavern.
Very sexually.
Us and some friends.
So we could stay the night.
Wink. But he has no proper eyelids, so he.
Just that horrible like crocodile.
Yep.
I just lick one eye with my long tongue.
Oh god.
Ew. Murloc winks are nasty.
I'm so glad we did this campaign already. So glad. Yeah, there's rooms here in the tavern. Why? How many are there? I mean, you're pretty small, so one room should do you.
There's a few of us. Not a lot.
You got gold?
Fortunately, no, but do you accept trade? We have good bait.
I mean, depends what you got to trade. I'll trade with you, and I've got gold if you want to trade.
I bring out a small handful of the monster guts and look at them.
He's initially shocked and then tries to play it off because he's like, I don't want to give you too much gold. And he's like, oh man, that's from a Zamite. So you've killed some already.
We have been acquainted.
Oh,
they came after us.
Well, I'd be willing to give you 35 gold for that. It's a useful material for potions.
Well, considering my character is actually really bad at that kind of stuff, probably I would ask how much a room is.
Ah, a room's nothing. A room's like 10 silver for a night.
So I'd accept the 35 gold for it.
Okay, yep. Remove your monster guts and give yourself an extra 35 gold. Okay. And this hunter is quite happy to have gotten a decent, a very good deal on some monster guts.
I'm looking for where my gold is on here.
People that have used this since all the updates. Where is it?
There it is.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, I see it. Cool. You've also got incense. I like it.
Now I need to figure out how to delete an item.
But then the whether you're leaving or not, the hunter like leans in and is like, by the way, look, I don't know if you're a paladin or a cleric or what, but I wouldn't use the light in front of humans.
Oh.
Are you not one of the humans?
No, I'm a human. I'm just saying, like, a lot of the other folk might think you're stealing it, if you know what I mean.
I don't, but I will assume that you mean something.
Well, I mean, as far as I know, only humans are allowed to learn the light, and maybe some dwarves. That's it. So
Oh.
if you're doing something you're not supposed to, maybe you won't be welcome in the inn, if you know what I mean. So just keep it on the down low in front of Humies.
Much appreciated.
No problem. Also, tell Nat Pagel he owes me 3 gold.
I'll
Who?
Nat Pagel, the guy you came with.
Oh, right, yeah. I forgot about him. I don't know how he just wouldn't stop talking.
He's probably still talking. He's just talking to the room. All right, what do you guys do now that you've made a trade, made some money, made some friends, gotten drunk?
I say thank you and
Thank you and good night.
so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Just start singing with a top hat and a cane.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. That's a Looney Tunes reference. That makes me feel so old. Anyway, yeah. So, do you guys go to sit back with Nat Pagel, or do you go to talk to your cohorts?
I suppose we should tell the other two that we got a room.
Yeah, I would say we probably would thank Nat Pagel for the help
He waves you off
and
yeah, he's
ask him which way it was to the inn from there.
No, the rooms are here. You just
Here.
go to that gruff looking fella behind the bar and say you'd like a room, and give him the 20 silver per person, and he'll set you up with a nice cozy bed for the night.
Okay. So I'll say thanks, and
Auf Wiedersehen, good night.
I'll walk up to the innkeep guy, the big guy that he was mentioning, and ask about a room for 4.
He takes a long look at you. I mean, obviously he has to like lean over the bar and look down. Because I imagine you guys have gotten like right in front of the bar and are looking directly upward, yeah?
Probably.
Yeah. So he just
Maybe
sees
standing
two...
on a
That or
chair.
climb up on the stool.
Yeah. He looks down at you and goes, for 4?
Yes, please. And I'll put 1 gold on the counter.
1 night?
Yes. For now.
He points to a door just to the side of the building. Says, through there, second door on your left. No keys. Don't make a mess.
Okay. So I guess I will... We need to go get our friends first, but...
He's
We will be
already
back.
lost interest and gone back to work.
Okay. So second door
He
on the
doesn't
left.
get paid enough for this.
Yeah, he didn't get paid enough to talk to frogs.
Do I see anybody in the room that's particularly interested in us that might have been like, someone who had seen us before? Like they're excited that they weren't going crazy, like the town thought they were.
There's people like glancing at you and whispering, but nothing. No one's like, that was the thing I saw come out of the ground. None like that. Yet. So as far as you're aware, you have not located Tommy.
I guess before we go and get our friends, I should go ask Nat Pagel what Tommy looks like. Of course, all humans look the same.
Tommy? Oh, he's got a long mop of brown hair. He's got a scar on his chin that he says he got from a bog monster. I think he just tripped. And he's got big brown eyes. Not big like your eyes, but big brown eyes.
Big for a human.
Yeah, big for a human. Are those eyes? He like points at your eyes. I mean, do they not get dry? Do you blink?
I try to blink.
You slap your eyes with your tongue. Okay, right, cool. Well, to each their own, right? You know, my mama always said, don't judge people, so I don't judge people. I just eating fish.
I'm mentally in the back of my head thinking, eating fish. And then I realize I look like a fish.
Oh, no.
Fish legs.
Yummy.
I guess we'll go get our friends.
All right, so how does Wormgirl and Murglon react to this tale they have just been told, essentially, as they sum up what happened in the tavern?
We're staying here? Around them? We're helping? Have you forgotten that we were supposed to get information and then leave?
Best
know
way
their
to get
names.
information would be to do things around here, and we've got to be here a while. We might as well do useful things.
If they trust us, we'll learn more.
I guess getting them to trust us would be eliminating a threat. But you signed us up for more monster fighting?
And more information.
Okay.
We still haven't officially signed up for it yet either. We have to talk to the mayor.
You're sure that none of them looked like they wanted to eat us?
Most of them looked like they didn't want to interact with us.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
But we
What
have
was
to
in-
talk to the mayor to get information about bog monsters and those things we fought in the swamp.
Well, humans are very large, but if we stick together, it'll be okay.
If we stick together in a trench coat, we can look like one.
We can get into
That's a
R-rated movies.
Brilliant idea.
One for Die Hard, please.
And then Wormgirl is just like, I would rather stick around you guys than be out here alone, so I'll follow you.
And off in the distance, as if convenient, you just hear a monster noise.
Oh no.
Brr.
Just like baying at the moon.
So I guess we can go back into town.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to go with me to the mayor?
Well, what time is it in game?
It's like the middle of the day.
Oh, then yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah. We'll do that and then we'll wrap up. Okay?
Okay.
I can already hear Von Raptor yawning. Okay.
I can see him typing.
He stops immediately.
Oh no!
Ah, shit, they're onto me.
They can see me.
I've been rumbled.
Shit.
Right, so I'll just assume that all four of you go to the mayor. He is just sat at a desk writing in a book, or in your eyes, rubbing a feather against an object. It's very odd.
Hey, I have a book.
I have the good book.
Literally.
Yeah. And he just kind of like leans over the desk. May I help you?
We were told you needed help with a bog monster? Bog witch?
Oh, you've been talking at the tavern. Well, yeah, there have been reports down at the south of the Black Morass that there's some big bog monster that's controlling the minds of animals and people. And I must admit, a couple people have gone missing recently, but there is no need to overreact and call it a bog monster to say that there is some sort of creature out there to get you. Are you saying that you've taken care of this menace, or that you're gonna take care of this menace? What are you coming to my office for?
We were told we could help with it, and we could use help too.
Okay, what you wanting help with?
I thought you needed help.
Well, yes, we do need help. But I'm asking, what is it you're wanting in return? Are you just wanting...
Oh, yes.
Are you wanting the standard gold reward like most adventuring types, or what have you got in mind? If you said you need help, well, I might as well know what I'm getting myself in for as payment.
Did word of us travel to him already, or is he just like really good at rolling with shit?
He's just really good with rolling with shit. He's a mayor. He's got a lot of shit to deal with. He doesn't have time to ask questions. He just gets on with it.
Trying to think of how to phrase it.
We have come
money
to
would
slaughter your people.
Well, we need to know about all the threats in the area. Can he give us that kind of information?
Are you asking me, or is he asking me?
We would like to know more about the kingdoms of this land and who's in charge of them.
You're wanting a history lesson. Well, sure. If you
Politics.
Politics. Okay. Well, if you go and take care of this bog monster and find me proof that there is or is not one in the south of the Black Morass, I will quite happily set you up with any information you might need. This office happens to have a few books that you might like to read. That'll give you all the information you need to know on the kingdoms of the Eastern Kingdoms. Because you got Lordran and you got Stormwind. Okay?
Know how to read.
Yeah, do we know how to read?
You'll have to find out. Look, I'll make it plain and simple. You help me, I'll give you gold. And I'll let you stay in the town so you can ask him all the questions you like. Just, don't bother me with all your inane questions. If you want a history
How much
lesson,
gold are we talking?
How much gold? What are these kind of people? Look, how much gold you want?
I look over at Wormgull, I believe is your name. Rogue. The one who is still in gold.
Well, we like it, and it seems useful here.
Okay. Well, how about I give you 50 gold for taking care of the bog monster? You bring me proof that it does exist or does not exist, you will get 50 gold. And if you take care of any of them Zamites out there, I will give you 20 gold pieces per ones of their heads.
Wormgle tries to count 50 on her fingers, and once she reaches the end of it, she goes, "That's a lot."
Yeah, lots and lots. Just go do your job now.
Okay, and I'll reach up my little creepy scaly hand.
He will open a drawer in his desk, pull out...
well, it's a shake hand kind of thing. But
I know, yeah, don't worry. And he'll pull out a piece of paper, scribble something on it, and then pull out a stamp and just go bang, and then he hands you that rolled up to your outstretched hand. There you go. There's your quest.
I'll look at it and try to read it.
Let me have a look. Actually, I think I did note this down. Whether or not. You can just about make out what it says, and it's essentially... A lot of it seems to be jargon. It's just like, hereby the mayor of Stonard allows so-and-so with the questing license, blah, 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 blah. And it's the pertinent information of will be paid 50 gold pieces at the end of said quest. And then signed at the bottom. And then there's a stamp that is a lion's head is the stamp.
Okay. I'll throw that in my inventory real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it in my bag.
Yeah. All right.
And
So, sorry.
Say thank you and leave. I'll say thank you and leave.
Brillo. Okay. So we will end it there. You guys have gotten your first quest. You've had your first encounter. You've had your first introduction to Murlocs in time. Hopefully you all enjoyed your first session. I know the first sessions are always a bit awkward and a bit slow, but yeah, I think we're gonna have some fun.
I think this has a lot of interesting directions we could go, depending on whether or not we end up befriending the humans.
Yep.
Because
Oh, I can totally see us befriending the humans and then killing them all.
I can totally see us
Murlocs
dying in the
for
next
life.
session.
because
that
we
too.
could either end up being the orcs and like form the horde with the trolls, or we could join the alliance. Which I don't think is what Glubdan wants. But, you know.
Who?
I mean, can you imagine Murlocs with elf magic?
Well, Von Raptor technically has that. He has druid magic.
I mean, and I'm a cleric.
Yeah, and you are one of the most controversial figures in Azeroth at the moment. If you reveal that you're a cleric, yeah, cool. So did everyone enjoyed it? Everyone had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I will.
Are we gonna assume we just ended up going to the inn and long resting and all that?
If that's what you guys want to do, yeah. If you want to start your adventure or your quest the next day, that's absolutely fine.
A good idea.
Okay, cool. So we will assume that everyone had a long rest, and next session we will start at the tip top of the day, and you guys will go on your quest to fight the bog monster. Okay?
Yay.
All right, anyone that was
Yay.
watching, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye!